Welcome back to Crystal Plus, episode 33. We're very glad you joined us tonight, and today, or whatever it is for you. We're excited. Actually, it's been raining a whole lot, so several of us are feeling kind of blah, but several of us just woke up merely hours ago. We're feeling fresh and ready to go. But let's hop straight into some fan art.
One of us.
What we got going on today? We got some, it's unfinished, but the real Matt Allen.
The real Matt Allen.
Matt Allen nerd. Every time we get
Did some homo art.
I ain't gonna lie, the finish one was legit too.
Look at those
You
abs.
just whooped everyone's ass like one guy.
It's just a pile.
We trapped you. No, you didn't.
Ain't nowhere else in the Foot Clan.
Nope.
No, is he Shredder? I don't understand.
And then we got,
They said those were like twins. I'm like, have we ran across female twins?
I think it's supposed to
It's
be,
meant to be you guys.
I think it's supposed to be their Ray and Ao, I think.
Really?
They just said, do you recognize them?
Makes sense.
I don't.
I didn't know what to say. I was
So
like,
one's got the dark and one's got the blue on. I was like, well, maybe it's Ao.
Whichever one's the cutest is me.
Yeah.
Go ahead. All right, Skelly.
Skillet.
Then someone, they're new. They didn't know what to draw, so they drew a picture of Benjamin,
Aw.
our snake.
Yay! Benny boy!
Then we got, let's see. Oh,
Aw.
Henry and Henry.
I love this.
Waving goodbye. As
The Bears, they savage. Bye, bitch.
Really leaving.
You never.
Zarini's leaving. They're so sad.
Get that on him, yo.
The Bears so savage.
Yeah, I'm probably sad. They're like, later.
Look at this one. This was a pretty fun right
Yeah,
here.
this has been a really cool series of drawings.
Yeah.
So this girl is she's drawing her Dungeons and Dragons characters interacting with ours. I thought that was
That's
really
really
cool.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, this tall girl was picking them up, and I was around like, put me down.
No.
Oh.
What the hell is he looking at?
Yeah.
Aw.
So this is, I love that. Where the
She's
two
got a bear.
bards and she has
She's
a
a
lion
lion.
called Alexander, I think.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. They're riding
so
off.
cute.
Aw.
Yay.
And then the one with Ao, that's their rogue, their female rogue.
Yeah.
Right on.
And
I think the caption was she doesn't understand.
The feelings,
yeah,
right?
feelings.
yeah,
yeah.
emotions.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, same one.
Oh, come back.
Then that
Oh,
one.
look at that.
Oh,
yeah.
What are their names? Mary, Henry, Benry.
Marilyn and
Mm.
Uh-oh.
another one.
That's pretty cool, though. Which one's Henry? Which one's Benry back here? One looks crazy.
Yeah.
Benry is probably the more unhinged one.
Yeah.
He
Yeah, he's
didn't
probably
hit
more
anyone his
girthy one.
entire battle.
He couldn't hit anybody. And this is a dragon form of a Raynor.
Aww.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got them majestic wings and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Little
nice.
Sparkles.
He's very, very nice looking. Like
Yeah.
almost like My Little Pony-ish.
Very, very happy. Hello. Friendship is magic. Friendship is magic.
That's a power.
All right. Well, let's hop back into it. The last episode, oh man, we had to deal with the aftermath of you guys getting out of the forest. So you guys beat Gar the Corrupted,
Yeah.
the Corruptor. You end up smashing the crystal, banish him from this plane,
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully, from what the knowledge you guys have, his other plane that doesn't exist, he just kind of went out into the endless void and is just floating out there, never to return. Owen showed up for just a second, seemed to kind of drag you guys out as
Saved us.
the corruption
Hero.
exploded from the crystal, and you guys were affected by some madness, which a lot of you had issues. Mary is still
yeah.
currently
The druid.
now
picked
that
me.
well in this part of the explanation
Yeah.
you are currently
Mhm.
what was it, deaf, completely
Deaf
deaf,
and blind,
and 75% blind. Ao is filled with rage, attacked several of the party members.
Yeah.
Then others of you were petrified with fear and
Could not
failure, and yeah, you couldn't speak. But you guys, what happened there? What happened?
Ao killed everyone.
No.
Eleanor,
Yeah, Kalinor used up his remaining energy, and you guys lost consciousness and woke up the next day feeling fine, fresh, and you got a little Kalinor figurine in your pocket now.
Action figure.
What else happened after that? You guys went back out to see the druids. Did anything happen before that, in between those two? You guys went out and got your horses.
Hamo got his house.
Yeah.
He saw his
Zedekiel's
family.
missing from Oseron, but has been confirmed that he is currently riding around on Hamo's son. And you guys went out to see the druids. You guys talked to Coral. He healed Mary. Gave you a little ring because he sent the birds out to try to figure out where this this other pillar is. Gave you guys a bit of information on anything else really important happened in that, because I can't recall. Last episode's a big blur for me.
I remember Belle getting healed.
Yeah.
We got a lot of information about a old king. We got a little bit of information about that.
Yeah, and that's what he sent the little birdie out for. You guys
We
followed him
learned
back.
that Both and Stephanie was still going at it.
What?
Oh,
bookkeeper?
Yeah. Bookkeeper.
And
yeah.
Stephanie, the
Oh yeah, the nerd and the prostitute. Yeah, they're still hitting it off pretty well.
Sounds like a
Yeah.
good book, The Nerd and the Prostitute.
Where Gar the Corrupted's pit was, where you guys fought what seemed to be an infinite number of times, there's now a gigantic bone pile of what you guys think is your corpses,
yeah.
and the druids are currently breaking them down to try to use as some kind of
Fertilizer.
fertilizer.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
is,
Yeah, totally works, right?
yeah.
Bones are great.
They haven't stopped yet, so maybe it'll work. And you guys finally decided to head back to town. You guys got some information on another pillar out there in the what's it called? The big swirl, Mary?
The Eon World.
The Eon Whirl.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're hoping for some pirate adventures and going out there. But you guys decided to go back to Pearl Reach. Possibly find a boat, see what's going on, any new leads. Because all you got really right now is the one that's out there. You don't know where the old king is.
Oh, Asteron summoned a Pegasus.
No, Oseron did summon a Pegasus. Yeah, this is a steed. He's riding there right now. And you guys were riding out of town, and on the side of the road you saw a skeleton, just an animated skeleton, and he had his thumb out, and he kind of turned like he's trying to hit your rod. And we'll start right there. So we're in the cart. You two are Oseron and Ao. You're riding on your own
Yeah.
animals. Everybody else is in the cart.
Mm-hmm.
Is the cart covered? Is it open?
Pretty sure it's
Where
open.
is everybody riding at?
I'm on one side of the cart.
Yeah, who's
I'm on the other.
Yeah, okay. You're on the east side. You're driving, I'm guessing. Yeah, you rolled for that. You're riding up front with them, I'm sure. Usually do.
Usually do, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm
You,
sitting in the back.
you two in the back. It was covered last time since was having your head problem.
That's true.
And I don't think you guys took it down, so I guess the
No,
back is still covered.
covered.
All right. So yeah, you're driving, and in the distance you see a skeleton. He's got tattered white, like a tattered white shirt. You can see kind of a loose belt around his waist with a sword in it, and a bow, and quiver on his back. And he kind of turns and sticks a thumb out. You guys have traveled out into the woods. You're not right outside the city. There's nothing there right now other than like the charred remains of the forest fire. And he's on the side of the road, thumb out.
Is there anything I can distinguish about maybe where he's from, maybe about clothing he wears or the weapon he wields?
You can see a short sword on his hip, and then a short bow on his back with you can probably count the freaking arrows he's got with your perception.
Probably.
Got 20 arrows. It's a tattered white shirt. There's like different stains on there, but no symbol or anything you can see, and no jewelry or anything he seems to be wearing. Seems
Right.
unidentifiable, really.
Is he wearing pants?
Okay.
I take off right toward him.
I'm gonna check out behind us see if there's any other skeletons or any
Alright.
other threats.
You don't see anything else around you, and you
Okay.
can see like there's not a bunch of trees around you. It's pretty thinned out.
Send out.
Yeah,
Burned out.
Yeah, burned out.
Yeah.
Not all the trees are still standing, but yeah, you there's nothing behind you, nothing else to see. You ride up forward towards him.
Man, yeah, dude.
Right, and you ride up to him, and he's 100 feet away, 50 feet away, and you're on him, and he's still just standing there.
Hop down.
Yeah,
Lads, take out my sword.
and he kind of like holds his hands up. He's like, "Whoa there, stranger! Hey, old Nate's just looking for a ride into town.
Oh, what?
Hey,
Hey.
I'm sorry. What was his name?
What was the name?
Nate.
I'm Nate. Pleasure to meet
Nate.
you."
Nate.
And he
I
holds a
smack
bony
his
hip.
hand- I smack his hand out the way. You're undead. You deserve to die.
Excuse me, I'm already dead.
Yeah, I know. I'm about to put you back in the ground.
Well, we just met. Let me buy you a drink first, meatbag.
No. No. Tyson drink. Why am I trying to talk to the undead? I'll just smite you now.
And he like, and one other thing on this kind of side, behind the sword, he kind of pulls out this small parchment, and he kind of, look, have you seen this creature? And he unrolls what's the word?
Parchment?
Parchment, that's it. I was got a piece of paper, like a brown piece of parchment. And you see a wanted poster. The first thing you notice is the 20,000 gold reward. Ooh. But then you see the actual picture, and you see like a kind of an elven face, but draconic features from kind of the jaw down.
Look at it. Wanted? Let me see this. Give me this, Nate. Live.
Like, hey, I'm going to need that to identify all you meatbags look the same to me.
One more word out of you, and you turn into a pile of dust. Easy. Yeah, that's what I thought. And now, now go ahead and look at the wanted poster.
Yeah, you can look over it, and the rest of you would be approaching closer unless you stopped by this time. Conversation, you guys would be beginning to pull up. Mm-hmm. I got a piece of hair in my mouth, I can't get it out. Yeah, but you look it over, and it looks, it's a crude drawing, but it's obviously Raynor.
Mm-hmm. All right, turn and look at everybody. Guys, can I talk to you in behind the carriage real quick? So walk behind the carriage.
We have these rings.
Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. We got no point in using. What's the point? Okay. What's the point?
All right.
Guys, this skeleton, this undead, has a wanted poster for what seems to be a beautiful, handsome picture of you, Raynor. And I start passing it around.
What picture is it? Beautiful and handsome.
I pass it to him. It's in the back of the car.
Yeah, you go 20,000. So you go to the back of the cart. Yeah. And, Nate's going to he starts kind of follow you back.
Stay where you at.
Yeah. Why the hostility? Come on, guys.
Just stay where you're at. Just stay there.
I'm gonna hop off the horse and kind of push him back a little bit.
Okay, yeah. I mean, he easily steps back.
Yeah. Is that all the parchment says? Is wanted?
It says wanted alive. It doesn't give any reasons why you're wanted. It just says 20,000 bounty on your head.
So Nate, why are they looking for this man?
Fuck if I know. 20,000 gold though. My master could put good use to that.
Who's your master?
Oh, well, the great ruler of all the undead. The mighty Waxius.
Waxius.
Hear his name and tremble. And it kind of like shudders his bones a little bit.
Okay.
All right.
Every bounty hunter in the Crimson Empire is looking for this sorry piece of scum.
Where does Master Waxius hail from?
He kind of like for a while. His castle.
Where?
Oh, up to the north of here. Out past this great fire. They destroyed all this life. To his liking, I see. Huon's always trying to make amends for the way they treated him. Oh, it burns my bones to think of you meatbags and how you've cast out Max Waxius for his magical powers. Without him, I would not be alive or re-alived today. And he kind of like sticks his chest out gallantly. It's just so proud.
Yeah, you're wanted. Nice picture.
It's beautiful. And I'll roll it up and hand it back to you. With my, what's it called? Hat of disguise?
Oh, yeah. Handy dandy hat of disguise. Cast disguise self.
I kind of wiggle it a little bit and like cast disguise self on myself.
Okay.
What do you look like?
What do you look like? I am a bearded human with a purple shirt. It says charisma plus on it.
Charisma. Strange language.
It's like in hyphens and stuff. Yeah. It's really weird looking. So, do you look like him then? No. Of course not. Bearded human.
Bearded human in a purple shirt.
What?
Okay, whatever.
Okay. I'm wearing like these baggy shorts and stuff. It's really,
Are there
Oh,
just
okay.
unless he like? There's no rolls again. What are the requirements? I forget this guy's self spell like with the requirements for it are. Like
if they suspect, they can make a I think it's intelligence check.
something, but he's not. He
wouldn't
doesn't.
even-
He doesn't suspect, but just for like future reference,
Alright,
I need to know.
And I'll hop down and come over to him. It's like,
And he's still like looking at all of you. You're back. Can I have the parchment back, please?
oh, this? What do you need it for?
Well,
I mean, it's pretty. I mean, a half dragon elf thing.
I just told you I can't tell the difference between. Wait,
They stand out, don't they?
wait. Which one was I talking to before?
What are you talking about?
Kind of kneel down a little bit, kind of like get on his level.
Are you twins?
You mean me and my brother? The ugly one up front? I'm the better looking
He
one.
looks up to
I
you.
start braiding my.
My God, triplets!
Triplets. Wait a minute. Boy. I
He
hate
said, it seems he can't tell the difference between any of you.
We would like to have a talk with your master.
Hmm.
So this Waxius, he didn't tell you why he wanted the dragon. He didn't tell you why he wanted the dragon.
No, he just wants the gold. He doesn't care about the dragon. But it could be interesting, I guess, maybe. I don't know out of these meat bag things, but scales are different.
Where
Then
did he get this? I guess is.
they've been handing him out all over the place.
Ooh.
And he kind of like
Continue braiding.
looks at the paper. Does it not say? Jesus, it doesn't say. Well, I don't know.
Okay.
Cool.
And you can, as you look at the parchment, you can see there's like kind of a ripped off piece in the corner. My instructions are to capture this man, thing, a meat bag, alive, if necessary, I guess. I guess I still get half the gold if he was dead, and that doesn't matter to me. Waxius will just bring him back in the glory of his empire.
Oh, so that's what he wants him for. To kill him and bring him back?
No, it was the gold.
Brother, it seems there may be more people looking for this particular individual.
He looks but ugly.
He is just adorable in every single way.
Don't know. They're drawing.
This could be an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be.
Someone could actually fall for this man, you know.
I said we turn the gold in, capture him and turn him in. Why don't we? 20,000 gold.
That is a lot of gold.
Don't scalp my bounty. And he reaches for the parchment. Hey, did you ask something? I'm sorry, I got lost in all that.
I don't think so. I don't remember.
Okay, you said something, but I got lost in all the humor of it. But
What's his name?
Nate.
Nate.
Dog.
Could you lead us to your master, please?
and you say that to him, and he kind of like stops and kind of. It looks like he's taken back a little bit. His jaw kind of hangs open a little bit. You wish to willingly meet Lord of all that is undead, the Reaper of flesh, the Destructor of all life as we know it.
I come over the ring. Okay, I'm just letting you know. I'm going to kill this guy when I see him. Maybe. Is undead just out there just doing whatever he wants? We're just going to leave him alive?
Seems to me like Waxius ain't the one who's put the bounty on Ray.
Waxius just wants the money.
Yeah. So instead of trying to find him, we should find out why Ray is being hunted.
He's undead. They're all undead just walking out.
I feel like that's a side plot in our life.
What?
I don't know.
You guys are
I think
talking
that
in the
way.
distance. You can see a.
Side plot.
It looks to be just a man, kind of jogging. He's got like you can see parchments in his arms. He kind of has a little hat and seems to be some kind of little speed device on top of it, and a backpack, and he's got shorts on and looks like sandals. He's kind of running. And you would have seen these guys before. These are just the messengers.
Messenger dude.
Is he pretty fast? Can he move pretty fast?
He's moving. He's approaching pretty quickly. There's a little cloud of dust behind him.
Oh,
You know?
Yeah. I didn't see some guys like that move, yeah.
Fancy sandals on with little wings.
No, there's no wing.
No
From what you
wing.
can tell, it's just the swiftness of his feet. There may be wings. I don't know. Maybe he has some Nikes on.
At least wishes.
You, sir, you with the parchments over there.
Oh, good day, sir. Here, bounty's out, and he kind of hands you the same version of that. This one's not ripped, by the way. It's still in full, and it says at the bottom by order of the Archmage.
Wow.
And he hands you guys one, and good day, and runs off. Runs in the direction of Little Fort.
Oh, well.
Yeah, he doesn't even seem to notice the skeleton there. He's gonna.
Would Ray know where the Archmage currently, where she would be?
She journeyed with you to Summer's Shade, right?
You have a foggy memory of where you were the last few days ago, but you remember accompanying her to Summershade and then being teleported into town. Much different, and
Buffer.
yeah, with a couple of odd flashes of memory. But nothing's come back to you yet.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna come back over the ring. So what do we do? Go see the Archmares, or go to the Kingdom of the Undead, or?
I mean, we could always just stay on our current path and just go.
You're gonna walk around with a bounty of 20,000 on your head.
Everybody is gonna want to get on you.
Even more than usual.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
thank you.
I remember back then they didn't want you.
It seems to be worth more than you know.
Yeah, Dragon Dad, they all over.
But it is gonna make going to the city harder.
So we avoid the city for now.
First, I think we've learned all that we can learn of Nate. I feel like we should let Nate continue on his journey.
Fine. All right.
Unless you want to slay him. I mean... I hop back in the
walking
cart.
around
Did I
behind
even
Nate.
get out of the cart? I don't think so. I remain in the cart.
Nate's still just kind of standing there, just watching you guys sit in silence.
Yeah.
He almost seems like an innocent undead. Like,
I know, it's not him.
Well, have you decided whether you or not you want to meet my lord and fall to great perils and pain and suffering and stripped of all your weak flesh?
excuse you?
Nate, about how many undead are a part of your master's?
All undead, countless seas of undead, as far as you can see.
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 That's the answer, right?
Let's see. Man, which way is this kingdom?
North, right?
North?
Yes, indeed.
And what's the name of the kingdom again? Oh boy.
The land of the great Waxius, ruler of the undead, slayer of all that is life. And then he continues on and on and on. And
Odd that we never heard of it.
What? You've never heard of my liege? Surely you jest. Wait, which one are you again? Who has my... I should have got one from that fast meat bag.
Well, you can try to catch him.
I can just hand you this extra one. Yeah, you can have mine.
Oh, that's a good boy. It's good to know your betters, as I serve the Great One himself. Now, step aside. I need your carriage to ride into town to search for this thing.
You need what?
I need a ride.
A ride on wood.
Well, is this not how you do in meatbag culture?
So, Skeleton, how many people have you killed? You said you can't tell us apart.
Well, to be honest with you, none have yet fallen to my blade.
Yet.
And I dare not dirty it with your... Can I like make the spit sound? Dirty flesh! Dull my beautiful sword, Savannah. And he kind of like...
I know, right? But it seems so dumb and innocent. Like, what's the point of killing him, you know?
Does he have a gold pouch on him?
Other than the parchment he handed, his sword, his short bow, and the arrows, you see nothing else of value.
I was like, okay, how's he buying you a beer or alcohol if he doesn't have anything?
That's a good question.
So he's a liar, right?
Why you make me have to try to kill him?
Ask him. I'm sure he'll tell you.
everything. He seems so dumb and innocent.
I start walking behind Nate.
Yeah.
He seems so dumb.
Don't let me keep you any longer, Nate. I have meat bag things to do.
Yes.
Good meeting you. Good luck on your journey. And I just kind of walk and sit in the front like, this guy's a waste of time.
Yeah, it really is. It's just not even worth it. I mean, I kind of want to, but sometimes it's like,
I jump back in the car.
Well, Nate, if we ever see you again, whatever.
Good. I'll never forget a face. I'll remember you.
Yeah, I bet. To best of your journeys, and I hope you find the dragon guy, whatever.
Yes, I guess riding with smelly meat bags would be unseen for one of my stature. I shall continue on.
Yeah. I get back on my Pegasus.
All right. And you guys are free to leave or free to do whatever. As Nate seems to kind of, you're behind him, but he just starts to kind of turn and walk.
Whatever. Alright. I go back to my horse and hop back on.
All right. And
Fuck that.
Do I have any bolts with my crossbow?
if you didn't have any prior, then none have been provided yet.
20 hit.
Are you jumping to him to hit him?
Yep.
20 does hit. So, so you roll damage, whatever you're hitting him with.
Yeah.
He's just so goofy. Like, what's the point of killing him? It's just useless.
Don't bring him up if you're not gonna kill him.
I guess so.
So you got a surprise attack. He doesn't see it coming.
Oh my god.
18.
18 damage.
Yeah.
All right. So you jump in, you like punching him.
Yeah.
Right. Are you did you like jump to a shadow to punch him or
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. What happens? You like you punch him in the back. Or do you hit him at like the back of the head? Like
Yeah.
Yeah, you like a thump and he kinda like falls forward and just face first in the ground, just kind of a puff of dirt pops up around him. He just kind of lays there for a second. There's a beat, and then another, and he just kind of lays there. So you do know more, and he jumps back to his feet, draws his sword, on guard!
Alright, hop off.
Oh god.
So anyone who wants to fight with Nate, roll initiative.
Sure.
And I guess I should say, as all you know, like you all notice, as he jumps up and draws his sword, there is kind of a hum as he pulls it out, and you can see kind of a faint aura around his sword.
Yeah.
Interesting. Alright.
That's neat. All right, so who's rolling?
I rolled
23.
Right.
16.
So AO 23, Osran 16,
13.
Hymoth 13. Nate. Okie dokie. Ayo, it's your turn.
I'm gonna approach and take a couple stabs out of him.
Okay.
Alright. Let's see if I get the crit. Say number. 29.
29 to hit?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Alright, he hasn't gone yet, so it's gonna be sneak attack.
What type of damage is it?
It's gonna be
The piercing? Okay.
With Moonblade. 20.
20 damage?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm gonna make a offhand swipe at him too.
All right. Well, you got to make your offhand swipe after the first stab. You just kind of hear, "Mah!" And he kind of puffs into smoke, and his gear falls to the ground.
Oh. All right.
And you kind of see like this little, like a outline in the smoke that goes, and a little skull face in there. Oh, you haven't seen the last of Nate!
Oh.
It disappears.
Nate. That's Nate.
Nate.
Dog.
Nate, all right.
All right.
And Nate has been vanquished.
Poor Nate.
Wow. What a battle.
I was expecting a little bit more.
story.
All right.
Were you really, though?
Like, it's gonna one-shot
I
this guy.
expected random villagers to be able to defend themselves against Nate.
Two to the AC.
Nate's 20 HP is gone.
Oh, Nate.
God.
Poor
I will mention that undead are my favorite enemy.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, he's gone. And behind lays a parchment, the short sword on the ground, 20 arrows, and a short bow.
And you said the sword was the one making the
It had a
magical
kind of
aura.
a dark, almost purple-like aura around it as he pulled it out.
I'll walk over them. I'll pick the sword up then. So
No, okay,
Does,
yeah.
does it do anything?
I know. Let's pick it up.
Okay. I didn't curse.
It doesn't seem to curse you or anything.
Oh,
It seems perfectly fine.
Bill, it has a purple aura. Can you tell what this thing does or something?
Of course I can.
You hand it to
Hand
her.
it to her. Yeah.
Okay. And so you guys hop back and start riding on, so she can identify on the way, I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop back on.
Are you
the package.
sure you don't want to go north?
I kind of do. Actually, yes, I do now.
Yeah, somewhere to the north. There's something.
Somewhere.
Where is it?
I guess when we get to Pro Reach, we can inquire about this
Waxier.
Waxiest.
Master Waxiest.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right, so you guys are going back. You identify it, Belle.
Mm-hmm.
It's a short sword. It does 1d4 necrotic damage.
Ooh,
Dang.
cool. I relay that information to the party
Oh.
in the form of a song.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, you want to give us a line?
Yeah, do you want to sing that song?
You
Guys?
still got them hot fire bars.
Oh, you still got it in
Oh,
there?
you
How
want
long
me
has it
to-
been? How
top
long
of
has
your
it
head.
It's been a while. It's been a while.
Don't choke, man.
Yeah.
Like last in the 8 now, don't choke.
We built it up. So
Bumps.
Girl, what that sword do? Sword sword. Sword. It does
Got it.
damage for you. There you go.
Sweet.
if you guys don't mind, I would take that sword.
Go for it.
Anybody else want this sword? I don't. It ain't gonna do me any good. Yeah, it's yours.
Dun, dun, dun,
Hey,
dun,
hey.
dun, dun,
Dun,
dun, dun,
Oh,
dun,
wow.
dun, dun.
Mr. Popular. Is that your wake up alarm?
Yeah, at 7:30.
Yeah.
I mean, mine might be. Yeah. Mine sounds like.
I guess we'll head to Pro Reach.
Okay.
Are we? Party? Are we gonna head to Pearl Reach? Everyone agree?
Did you say the sword is just regular short sword, or is it +1, or what?
It was
That's
plus
just regular. It does 1d4 and then necrotic.
necrotic. Party. Would we all like to continue to Pearl Reach? Or has our journey changed in the last 5 minutes?
I'll be honest with you, Bill. I never heard of this kingdom, and I would like to tell Titanbeard about this situation because there's an army of undead out there, and
That's true.
it needs to be taken care of. Personally,
He may know about it already.
maybe we'll see, brother.
No.
Yeah, you seem to be well informed of the region, so you'll probably have some information.
That's fine by me. Is any objections or anybody like to go a different route? So it doesn't matter to me.
One thing to know while you guys are deciding, Heath, when you got the sword, it still has this glow to it, but it's not quite as strong as it was as when you guys first picked it up.
Okay.
So what you guys gonna do? You guys gonna go back to Pro Reach? You guys gonna investigate to the north?
I guess
Somewhere
we're
north.
going back to the Reach.
I would like to go back to Pearl Reach. Are you okay with that, Raynor?
Absolutely.
Bounty on your head.
Heading into a big city.
What about Heimo?
Yeah, Imo has a problem there too.
I can make it around.
Well, we could also give him the hat of disguise.
Or I could just talk to Tightbeard and
The Titan Bear is the one that wants him dead.
Yeah.
I'll talk him out of it.
Okay.
I'll try anyway.
Isn't he your superior?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing's changed.
Onwards.
To
Yep.
Pearl Reach.
That's the horse.
Yeah, that's the
Yep.
horse.
Yep.
Oh, yours sounds like that. Mine sounds like this. Just galloping in the air. You know the Pegasus.
Okay, so
Okay.
yeah, you guys continue on to Pearl Reach. You guys are probably like halfway there to begin with, and it's only like what? So 4 hours away, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's out there.
So yeah, you guys, you guys are still in the actual wood part of it, so you're probably only like an hour into the trip. You guys travel for a little bit longer. You guys come out to the road that reaches off to the Hayes Vineyard. Still kind of this dark shadow in the distance.
Jesus.
The sign that points towards it still has the same cultist symbols and stuff hanging from it. Nothing's changed. And you guys continue on. It's kind of a fielded area, and then you guys will pass through another small wooded area before reaching the open plains before Pearl's Reach. The only thing of note is probably about 2 hours. Probably two further hours. You guys are still about an hour out. Asaran, Ao, and Bell.
Yes.
You guys are very thirsty. Just strangely, you've never really had to notice your thirst before. He's always been able to say it with a quick drink, but you guys are just a little extra thirsty. Yeah, but you're able to,
Yep.
to drink and satisfy your thirst.
All right. God darn it.
So we're able to quench our thirst.
Ayo.
Oh.
Am I thirsty?
I'm feeling a mighty thirst at the moment.
Me too.
Yeah, it's like you just like
Do you want me to
drink and
move
drink.
along?
Maybe we should get a drink sometime.
Maybe
Yeah.
we should.
I mean, it's just passing conversation. You'll ask for the water skin, of course, but you guzzle it
He's-
pretty
he's
hard.
on his own horse and
Yeah.
I'm in the cart.
So
I'll
whatever.
throw it at you.
He can walk or ride up to the back, I'm sure, with his agility.
Agility.
So yeah, you guys get out to the outside of Pearl Reach. You can see to the right, the ocean, the waves crashing in. It's a bright, sunny day. It's a little cooler as the seasons are beginning to change. The leaves the remaining trees are still green. The summer's starting to turn orange. A bit of a nip in the air. You can see the leftover of some of the bodies and the pyres that they had in the fields burning the undead. Asaran,
Yep.
make a perception check for me.
6.
6.
Yep.
It's a normal day.
All right.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Beautiful day out.
Okay.
Lovely day.
And you guys pulled up to the gates. They are open. Like usual, the paladins kind of give you guys the look over but you can see that on the outside, you've actually noticed, I should say before you guys get there, you've noticed a couple of bounties list like kind of stuck to trees, and you can see that the paladin has one in his hand as you guys are pulling in.
Mm.
You don't recognize this one, like from your service. He seems pretty new,
Yeah.
but he's like, good day. Mm.
Same face.
Hmm?
Same face. Is it Raynor?
Oh yeah, they've all been Raynor.
Okay.
Yeah, I do sing a couple of other ones, but this one's definitely the newest and the steepest gold reward by far out of any of them. And yeah, he's kind of looks you guys over, and you're still covered in the back, but he's going to check the back of the wagon before letting you guys come in. You gonna do anything? Because I think the disguise only lasts
It'll
an hour.
last an hour. Yeah. I will don a robe and pull it over my face.
And he'll come back and look, and he looks, and he doesn't look that hard. He passes you guys through, no troubles. And yeah, you guys are in Pearl's Reach. Pearl Reach.
Well,
And what you would take away is he just kind of was being lazy about his job, and he should have checked more, but he was new.
I let it go, man. New guys. Sorry.
And he does like actually it's more that he's kind of excited to see when someone wearing the armor that you have on. He seems to be kind of a
Distracted.
fanboy and distracted a bit.
Bad boy. Should have gave my autograph.
Yeah, but you guys come in. You guys get into town, and it's a normal hustle bustle kind of self here on the main street. Just in passing, you guys can hear a couple of just conversation that they can't believe that they're going to move Lady Sullivan. It's blasphemy and such. And you guys,
But they're moving Lady Sullivan.
that's what you guys have heard them talk about so far. Yeah.
Move a grave.
And that's the statue in the center of town, right?
That's her grave.
She's buried.
There.
She's buried.
there.
Yeah, it's like
She's buried
a
there.
what's the word?
Entombed.
Yeah, it's kind of you can walk
Moral.
down into it. And there's
Yeah.
like a tomb of her down in there. I forget what it's called sepulchre or something like that. I don't know whatever the word is. But anyway, yeah, she is down there, and it's always been guarded by Pally. It's a holy place. So, and this is the reason why Pearl's Reach is even here to begin with. Really, is kind of the basis of the seat of the Paladin. So this is news. This is a pretty big deal. Make another perception check at advantage this time.
Oh, wow. Oh, 17.
Just
Prime number.
18 would have been better.
to you, the sun just seems kind of extra bright today.
Mhm.
You kind of like put a hand up and kind of look up, and what catches your eye is above you. You can see. Well, it's almost faintly, but now that you're looking directly at it, you can see it clearly. The spinning gyroscopic, filled with eyes, and the burning child in the middle, very large, sits above the city.
Yeah.
And it's just sitting there, just spinning in silence, and no one else seems to see it.
Yeah, I look up at it. Now wait. That's all I can think to myself.
You know, it just silently, the gyros spin and the eyes blink, and it's just there. You guys continue to ride in. You guys can hear in the distance the doomsayers that you guys met a few days ago before you left town. They're preaching the end of Pearl Reach, that everyone needs to get out. The days are numbered.
Other than the doomsayers, is there any other panic going on?
Everyone's just kind of up in a huff about them. Some say it's desecration. Some say that she needs to be moved to the city. That just in conversation that you can pick up while you're with your perception. The basic story is that they are moving her to like the royal burial grounds, and some people are for it. Some people are completely against it. But everyone's talking about it.
Where are we going? Are we going back to the manor?
Back in town. I'm going to speak to Titan-Eared Bill, and
Okay.
that's where I'm about to go. Captain Alistair, if he's around.
Is
I'm
anybody
going to
else?
the house.
Okay. Yeah.
The Doomsayer that you guys can hear is it's a different one than the one that you talked to, but he's on the steps of the Temple of Helm.
Like close to the same spot?
Yeah, and as you guys this road leads to the center of town, which is also the area where she's buried, and you can see that there are there's no paladins on guard here, but there are several Crimson Knights standing around the area, and they're not letting anyone in. And there's many it's crowded. There's protesters. You'll have to go around to get where you want to go.
Question for the DM.
Mhm.
About how many days have passed since we've been to Pro Reach Line?
Let's see. It's only been about 3-4 days.
Okay. I just didn't know how much got confused in the
Yeah, I think.
time thing.
2, 3. We'll say 4 days.
Okay.
I think it may be only 3, but we'll just say 4 just to make sure we didn't miss anything. So it's only been 4 days, yeah. And there was no prior talk to this. This is all brand new.
Okay.
It's raining outside. I hear it.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming down.
Supposed to be a big storm.
All right, so yeah, you guys are there. The paladins are, you can see them, they are in the crowd trying to like keep the peace and such, but no paladin representation is in the center around Lady Sullivan's grave. Where do you guys want to do?
Okay. I'm going to shake the head again and disguise myself as just a normal human.
Okay. Yeah, just
bland
human
guy.
Right.
And I'm gonna hop out.
Okay. Yeah, Raynor hops at the back. What do you guys want to do?
I'm going back to the manor.
Yeah, I would like to speak to Nathan.
In the manor, you're going to try to find one of the officers.
Yep.
Okay. And what are you guys doing?
I'm driving.
Driving to the manor.
Yeah.
Manor. Okay. Yeah, you guys have to take a detour. It's not much of one, since the Hayes Manor is very close to the temple. And I guess you're heading to the temple itself,
Yeah, I guess I can stop that up first.
or unless you want to like look and see if you can see anybody out in the streets.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the streets, but I'm out here to type deal.
Yeah.
Find Captain
You see
Alistair
some of the ranking officers that are out there, but you don't see Alistair or Titanbeard out here.
Okay.
And so you hopped off. What do you want to do right now? What do you want to do?
I'm going up to the Doomsayer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he is preaching about that the desecration of Lady Sullivan's tomb brings the end of Pearl Reach.
I'll walk up to him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and I'm gonna grab him.
Yeah, and he's like, "Ah!" And he continues to yell.
And
but
pull him to me.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be like, I am the dragon.
and he kind of like his voice kind of trails off, and he kind of like looks down at you. Finally meets your eyes, and
My eyes go blue.
yeah. And he just gets in silence. And he just kind of stutters a little bit.
Take me to your temple. Now.
It's a day's travel.
Tonight.
Okay. We can leave now. You see, like completely just says okay to that, and it's like asks if you want to leave now or if you want to wait.
Tonight.
Yeah, that'd be best. There's no telling when this town will meet the wrath. It seems he's very worked up. He's in like in a sweat. You can see like spots of red in his face as he's been yelling. So yeah, you want to meet up? Do you what do you arrange with him?
Okay, I want to nightfall, probably dusk. Meet back here.
Okay, you want to meet him back at the temple? Mm-hmm. Okay, and yeah, he agrees, and directly after, and if you walk away, he'll like watch in silence for a bit, and then go back to his yelling. And you kind of go. I guess you go in the same direction. Like you'd be nearby, but I'm guessing you would talk to the Doomsayer separately. Mm-hmm. Okay, but we won't worry about crossing that up. And you can go in the temple. I guess you can't. The way this place is made is stupid. You have to go around the side.
Okay.
You can't actually get to where the Titanbeard and the rest of the Paladins are from the front.
Yeah.
You have to go around the side. But if you like kind of go by and like look, you can see the temple is wide open. The front of it, there's no doors or anything. You can see that there's no one you're looking for is in there either. Mm-hmm. But you can go into the side. There's a paladin outside the door, and he lets you in as you approach.
Yep.
And then you go into that waiting room and up the stairs, and they freely welcome you in as they know that you report to Titanbeard, and walk across the top the upper part of the temple, and you can look down and see there's many people praying and cries. There's a lot of people upset. Some people saying the same thing the Doomsayer is saying outside, and asking if the church can do anything. And the clerics that are down there they don't give any yes or no answer. They just keep telling them that Helm will find a way, and you can go into the other door, and then back into the open room that's takes up the majority of the upstairs area. In here, it's pretty empty. There's actually no one in here right now, and aside from the 4 paladins you passed coming in, Titanbeard's door is closed, but there's no one standing outside or anything. But you can hear noise coming from inside. It's not being very quiet.
Yeah,
he's not a very quiet guy.
Yeah, he's gonna walk up to the door and knock.
And As you knock, you can kind of hear some shuffling of papers and what's his voice? Oh, what is it? You can kind of hear him kind of try to yell louder, but his whispery, raspy voice barely carries.
It is I, sir. Oseron Carefinger.
Yes.
Here to report.
It's open.
Open it.
Yeah, and
Walk on in.
he's sitting in there, and you can see he's kind of got these kind of small glasses on his large nose, and his white hair is hanging down over his golden armor, and he's just scribbling on parchments and putting it aside, and kind of looks at you when you walk in.
Good afternoon, sir.
He just kind of continues to work.
How are things?
And he kind of like slams his fist down the table as you say that, and kind of looks up at you.
Did you kill the cockroach, sir? Anyway,
Kind of like looks at the bottom of his hand. Signs another piece of paper, and like as he hits like the last line, you can just hear like the paper almost rip. Is like puts it to the side, puts the pen down, and like sits back in a. He's not in a good mood.
Yeah. What seems to bother you today, sir? Before I have anything to report, just to, whatever.
He just kind of. You can make an insight check. You can tell he's obviously mad, but he's just give me one insight.
Boy, oh boy. 9.
You almost kind of catch the feeling that he's kind of mad at you a little bit strangely, but you're not too sure why. But he seems just kind of be like looking at you, like tapping his finger. He kind of reaches back and pulls out the vial that he usually drinks from and takes a sip. And, like rubs his throat. You can see like as his hand moves his beard out of the way, the large scar that's across his neck. All right.
All right.
You've heard the news?
Lady Sullivan? Yes, sir.
He like slams his hand down the desk again, and it's like the golden symbol of helm that that he did the zone of truth with before kind of falls over and rolls off the end of the table towards you. And he just kind of blasphemy, and it's like the only time you actually heard his voice like kind of sound like anything, and he kind of spits blood a little bit as he does, and goes back and gets his drink, and he can like the dude's furious.
Yeah. Blasphemy. What do you mean, sir?
And he takes a drink and kind of spits the blood to the side. They come here to the holy burial of Lady Sullivan, the mover. To the royal, and like you can see like the blood in his eyes. His eyes are bloodshot, and his face turning red.
Yes, sir. I heard on the way into town. I heard about it.
And he kind of stands up, and as he does, his very large oaken desk, and kind of like pushes it back, and it kind of slides towards you. And he
kind of catch a little bit.
And he kind of like trumps around the corner, and I need a drink. And he motions for you to follow, and like kicks the door off the hinges as he opens the door the way that it does not open, and just kind of kicks off the hinges. It kind of lays sideways, and stumps out into the other room.
I follow.
All right, and there's like it's kind of like a social drinking area of like it's kind of like the officers' lounge kind of thing. He kind of goes out there and starts. He just like grabs a bottle and grabs a glass and then just like turns the bottle up, and we'll come back to that.
All right. Yeah. All right.
You guys pull up to the Hayes Manor. You guys are going there. There are. Let me see. There are the two familiar faces that are there. The paladins from Mercurial's temple. They seem to still be kind of stationed out front of the door, and they see you guys coming, and they recognize you and kind of jump to attention a little bit and open the door if you guys are coming in. If you guys are putting the horse away, all that. There's extra. You guys can put that away, hop off, and go into the manor. And you can hear heavy panting and running across the floor as you're met by Brucey, the dog. Brucey is here, and he greets you with a slobbery mouth and kind of goes up to each of you, and if you don't reach out to pet him, he kind of like slobbers on your hand anyway. And
Hello, man, scrunch his ears a little bit.
yeah, and he just kind of just loves it. And then you guys are greeted by a unfamiliar face. And looks like an older human, but he's dressed in like the regular attire of the servants of the house, and just a very old, kind of like almost has like a grizzled face, full white beard. Almost looks like if he should be living here, but is dressed as a servant. And welcome, young masters. And he bows down.
Hello. Do you know where my Uncle Nathan is?
Master Nathan is in his study with Miss Eve.
Wonderful.
Or Miss
Thank
Evelyn,
you.
as he calls her.
Thank you. I'll
And
head in that direction.
he steps to the side and bows a little bit.
I'll knock on the door to the study.
Yeah, you go up to the study.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, you knock on the door, and you can hear Nathan on the other side. Come in!
Open the door. Go in.
And he sees you and is kind of surprised. So who's all going to see Nathan right now?
I'm still downstairs.
You're still downstairs? Where are you guys at?
Alright, though.
Hmm?
I went.
You want to see Nathan as well?
Yep.
I gotta talk to him. Yeah, I'm just kind of. I'm heading up to see him, just kind of lagging behind just a little
Yeah,
bit.
kind of down the hallway. Okay, yeah. Well,
like,
he's, yeah.
See his niece and
Well,
stuff.
he sees you walk in, and he gets up and he comes to greet you with a hug.
Yeah, I'll hug him.
Yeah, he gives you a hug, and then he offers a handshake to Hamo.
Shake his hand.
Yeah, all right. And he's like, well, welcome back. Welcome
Yeah.
home.
So things seem pretty chaotic here. What's going on?
Oh, yeah. And he just kind of like rubs his face, and you can tell that it's a topic, like a heavy topic that's been brought to him several times, and but he also kind of looks. You can see like a gleam of happiness in his face. He kind of goes back and sits behind his desk, and he like offers you guys a seat.
I'll sit.
Yeah, you guys come in and sit down, and you stay outside.
Yeah, just kind of standing outside the door.
Yeah, you can like just kind of lean up against the door. The door stays open, and you just kind of hang around downstairs.
Yeah, I'm gonna hang around the new servant.
Yeah, his name is Reginald.
Reginald. Yeah, I'm just gonna make chit chat with him. Is he an elf or is he human?
He's human.
Human.
He is human, and
Ask him how long he's been there.
he's only been here for a few days, and he comes from a family that owes a great debt to the Hayes family, and he has entered servitude to Nathan to repay it.
Okay.
But yeah, so Nathan sits down behind his desk, and he's just like, they just announced 2 days ago that they are going to be moving Lady Sullivan.
Who is going to be?
The Emperor is.
Okay. And they announced this 2 days ago. Why?
At the request of his new advisor.
Ooh.
And he kind of looks at you, and I'll give you one guess. Who?
God.
Nicholas.
Yep.
So in the 4 days that we've been away, he's gone from being a prisoner to being the advisor and declaring huge city-changing.
They say that you wouldn't even recognize the Emperor these days as the man of his youth.
Wow. So the city seems pretty split on this decision.
Yeah.
What would be any benefits to it? Like, what have been the arguments for moving her?
I thought that ever since I heard it myself. And other than Lady Sullivan being the body of his wife, maybe he plans to resurrect her, and it's easier to do outside of Pearl Reach, or maybe I don't know. There's other than personal gain, I can imagine no reason why he would have her body moved.
So you believe that the Emperor would just be doing this as a favor to Nicholas?
He just kind of like looks at you like he's not like. Does that surprise you?
So what's going to happen to the city then? I mean, I know that the Emperor doesn't really care about the city, but having Lady Sullivan here is a huge tourist point, and his daughters live here.
Yeah, it's I have a lot on my plate right now involving all that. It I mean, you still have the Temple of Helm. It's a pilgrimage, you know, for other clerics and upcoming paladins to come here and pray at Lady Sullivan's resting place, and it's. The word blasphemy has been used a lot, and I would have to agree a little bit that it's a kind of goes against. It just kind of like holds his hands up like he just is kind of like a loss for words, like.
Yeah.
And then he goes on to say that there is absolutely like he can think of no reason for them to actually do this unless something is wrong, like something bad is coming, or maybe even good, or it's just because Nicholas just likes pulling people's strings.
And in other news, why are there flyers all over the city and elsewhere with a raised face all over them?
And he kind of peels through some paper on his desk and pulls out the parchment and kind of puts it in front of you. It's the same bounty.
Yeah.
Apparently the Archmage herself is looking for Raynor.
They were just together. I mean, 4 days ago.
Indeed. This flyer went out this morning, actually.
I guess she's desperate to see him again.
And he kind of sucks his teeth a little bit, and he's like, you can see like he's happy, but you can like see the wrinkles under his eyes, like he hasn't slept much lately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also curious.
Does Raynor not have any more information on that subject himself?
No, he doesn't. He doesn't really remember everything that happened whilst he was staying with her.
Of course he doesn't.
No, so
He shakes his head like, of course. Why is nothing ever easy?
maybe she's into some odd things, and he escaped, and now she wants him back. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Well, and he kind of like starts flipping through a little like a kind of a leaf book he has, and he kind of flips to the pages. You know, I've done a little bit of digging. And he flips and flips, and it would seem that our Archmage has a long history, if I can find it here, with someone in our past. And he kind of like starts to get like aggravated. He seems to not be able to find it. And I can't find it myself, actually.
Would be more Edward.
Yeah. So he's they have the he basically moored the old mage that last time you guys seen him in a little adventure of the book. He vanished with the dragon, and they share the same last name. And he just says coincidence, and then he can actually he has the like family tree pulled up that can like mark back to Morid, and he's kind of pointing at it, kind of gives you like this look like he found something. And he's like, he kind of taps it and like
Connections.
And he can see like a spark of crazy in his eyes. He like shows you that, and just and he kind of like holds the papers up and is like, how deep does this go? And like throws it down. Like pushes his hair back and rubs his eyes. And at that outburst, the room is connected to his bedroom, and Miss Eve kind of like opens the door and sticks her head in. It's like, She's like, "Are you okay?" Oh, and she kind of like runs in and like gives you a hug and is happy to see you. And no, she's happy to see you. And then she's kind of like gives you like a smile and nod and like pats you on the shoulder.
You've never met this woman before.
It's like, yeah, actually, have you met her? No, she knew you was Hamo. She knew like the cleric, and she's like,
Yeah.
"You dress different," and she kind of like peeks around out the door and is like, "Is that Scrine?" It's kind of like jiggly, like walks out the door. Like she's got she has some high heels on, and she just like can't get around very well. And she kind of goes around and like gives you a big hug. And
hug her over the cheesy smile on my face.
yeah, you just kind of like see her eyes looking up. And we'll skip from that, and we'll come back to it. Ray, where are you heading right now?
I think I want to offload these gems, so I'm gonna look for a store where I can do that.
You can go to there's a couple of jewelers in town. There's also, I don't know if it was told to you or somebody else, but the bank also has an exchange rate for these, and that's, I think, aside from Nathan, was the easiest route.
Okay.
I believe.
I'm gonna assume that Ray would know that. So yeah, he's gonna go to the bank.
Okay, yeah, you can go to the bank, and it's one of the larger buildings in town. It's just outside the square. Like it's close. It's there, but it's not blocked off by the
Is there any paladins around?
the crowd. Yeah, there are paladins in, and they're kind of outside. There's guards. They're paladin guards. They guard the regular security of the bank. That's what I'm trying to say. There's like two outside, and they don't give you any trouble. Like I'm sure you still look like a human. Yeah, they're not. You don't look suspicious to them, and you're not around the Hayes family, so they wouldn't.
That's the point. I just want to be basic.
Yeah, they don't really give you anything.
Sure you do. Sure you do. I just can't be basic, guys. I'm sorry.
Definitely.
You bet. You bet.
And yeah, you're able to go in.
Yeah. I'll walk up to Teller.
Yeah, and there's several. It's a very large place, and like the marble walls and like the large ceiling with gold, like leaves and pillars. And there's like rows and rows of tellers. Many people are working here, but it's fairly vacant. There's only like 3 other people here that are like actually using the bank's facilities, and you can. There's an elderly lady that's just kind of sitting there with her little glasses on, curly hair, that's sitting there and she kind of looks at you. "Oh, may I help you?"
Oh, I sure hope so. I just give her the biggest smile in the world.
Yeah. "Oh, come over here." And she kind of like, you can like see her kind of like moving her glasses, trying to look at you, but yeah, she just kind of gives up and looks back down.
I'll walk up to her.
Yeah. "Oh, what can we do for you? Do you have an account?"
No, I'd like to open one.
"Oh, yeah, it'd be a pleasure." And yeah, to open an account, all you gotta do is 10 gold
And
minimum.
I start just putting gems,
Yeah.
like lining them up.
And she's kind of like, "Oh, an exchange then.
Mhm.
Oh, very good. Well, just lay on what you have. I'll get to it." And she kind of like pulls out a scale from behind the counter, and she'll start like weighing them out and using her weights. And it'll be a process. It'll take a bit,
Yeah.
but she'll begin exchanging your uncut gems for a sum, and just to speed it along, because you cleaned all these. I remember you actually doing that, so you're not laying bloody gems from the inside of the elf that these came from on the counter. And everyone that traded in gems already, did everybody that have some trade them in?
Yeah, I did.
I didn't.
You did not. Okay, how much did you guys get?
It was 3,000.
Yeah. All right. You get 21,000 gold.
Okay.
The lump sum is 30,000. So whenever you trade yours in, you get 3,000 gold as well. So you get 21,000 gold, and the manager actually comes out of like a much larger, plump man with like rosy cheeks, and he's balding on top, and he kind of has like his dress robes on, and he like shakes your hand, and he attempts to shake you. He offers, like, "Oh, pleasure doing business with you."
I give him this left hand.
Yeah, and you give him your hand, he kind of, okay. He doesn't notice anything. He doesn't notice the cool touch or anything. He just kind of, rubs his hands, and they thank you, and they will ask you if you want the gold delivered or to be kept in the bank, or what you want to do with your money.
My bag.
Bag of holding.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, and it's a lot of gold, so they begin to like pour the bags of gold in, and that'll take a while to do.
Yeah.
Like, that was just to get you going through all that.
Yeah.
You were talking to the guy downstairs. Let's go back to Oseron. Titanbeard has like sat down, and he just kind of has like a bottle of kind of brown liquid sitting as he sits down with the velvety chairs. And there's a small table and another chair across from him, and he like tells you to grab a drink. Drink with him.
Yeah.
Okay, and he kind of guzzles it and kind of gives like a kind of a wheeze, as you can tell. It burns him, and you've never really seen a dwarf react to like the burn, but maybe something else going on with him that kind of hurts. And he kind of takes a drink of his little potion.
Yeah, take a sip. And so they're gonna move Lady Sullivan, the sovereign of the city.
That's right.
Who is?
Yeah, the emperor.
The emperor? Why?
You just kind of like, you just like see him get mad again.
Yeah, there's no reason to move her. She's been here for years. What's the point?
Fucking Hayes.
Hayes?
And he like kind of looks at your ring, and like you can see like his eyes kind of bulge out a little bit. And he kind of relays the same thing that Nathan Hayes, the one that's been captured, has also been appointed to an advisor of the crown. Yeah, Nicholas, excuse me.
Yeah. You mean Nicholas wants to do this?
Yeah.
So he's gotten out of jail, became an archmage, and he made the emperor agree to do this?
He just kind of like shakes his head and like just shrugs. I don't even know if he's still in jail or not.
Sir, we cannot let this happen. This is just asinine. What reason would he have to move her? What?
You tell me.
I have no idea. I couldn't tell you. I mean, she was the love of his life, but still.
And he kind of like looks at you when you say that. She was. And he kind of like leans forward. He's like, "Look, you." And he like spits to the side a little bit, and you can see a little red in it still.
Yeah.
You know him a lot better than any of us do. So tell me what you know. And you can like see that he's like very persistent.
Yeah.
Very insistent, I should say.
Wow, where to begin, sir? They were lovers. Everyone knows that, and
Not everybody knows that. That was strict from the record. Lady Sullivan officially had no family, no lovers.
That's not all true, sir. I hate to tell you, but it's not true at all.
And he kind of looks at you and he's like, I know that much. And he kind of tells you about like, he has access to certain books that tell a little bit of the actual history that happened.
Yeah.
And he also warns you that this information is very valuable, not to spread it. Yeah. But then he tells you like to tell him what you do know. If you can just kind of summarize what you want to tell him.
Yeah, just go ahead and tell him the whole thing about. Oh boy, here we go. The whole thing that happened at the Hayes Manor, and you know how he made a contract with Mirabal, and how Lady Sullivan tried to get him out, and you know how the first the emperor at the time, made her
force her hand
to do it and stuff like that. And,
okay, you gotta tell her. You tell him that.
Everything. All the information.
And he kind of like shakes. He questions you on that and like asks you how you know that, like, cause he doesn't. That's new information to him. Yeah. He's never heard.
Never heard it because no one's ever known.
Yeah.
Then I just tell him, oh boy, about these books, I guess. Try to explain the books in the best way possible.
The books that that you've read. So you tell him that you how do you word like say the first book, because the first book, you know, How do you tell them about the first book?
Try to tell them about the book, but in the same time, it felt like a dream. So I don't know what was real, what was fake. It was just felt like an illusion, but
yeah, he kind of like takes a big drink after that, and just about that story. Like, I need to know whichever is easiest for you. What details do you leave out, or what ones do you make sure you tell them, kind of things?
That was the first book. That was the one that was about the war.
So that was the one about the city when
yeah, that was
that's Namashaw's book, the old crazy hoarder elf.
Yeah,
that was his book. Or well, his Arcus. No, not Arcus. Namashaw. I forget the guy that actually had the book's name.
Yeah.
Or was it Namashaw?
Was it Namashaw?
Namashaw had it.
Did Namashaw have it, or was Namashaw the one in the book?
He wrote the book.
Namashaw wrote the book.
He wrote
but I don't remember the name. Alandar.
Alistair.
That's right, Alistair. So Alistair, the old senile, drug-addicted hoarder elf in town. So you tell him about this book, and he kind of like looks at you odd. But,
so it was like felt like an illusion, but real, but at the same time not. But that wasn't the one. I mean, I wanted to tell him about the book that we saw, the vision about Lady Sullivan trying to free Nicholas.
Okay,
that one. That's the one.
That one was. If you want to tell him about that one, was I think that's the one that Nicholas actually gave you guys.
Yeah, that's that.
Nicholas gave you guys that one.
That's the one I want.
And that was the one that kind of completed the whole you guys going back and making decisions in the first book, and then you guys saw a vision of yourselves there, and then that book he gave you played the other side.
Yeah. So I tell him about that, but at the same time I tell him like how much Nicholas wasn't like much of a bad guy, but at the same time it had to be because of Mirabal, maybe because he didn't.
So in that book, let's see, let me try to go back through it in my head. That was the one. It goes back. I think no, the one that replayed all your lives. That was the actual. The souls.
Yeah.
But that book was you go back, you're with Nicholas before Mirabal, and he was kind of a decent person then. You guys go meet the Emperor. The flaming baby son thing was there. The Emperor rides off on the cart after he talks to you guys. Then you guys go to fight the dragon. You guys are part of the plan to get the dragon away from the city so that the 9 high-level characters won't die instantly.
Yeah.
You guys fight the dragon with the help of the Emperor, defeat it. They take the dragon kind of sinks down and disappears to somewhere that was never disclosed to you guys. At that point, the elves were enslaved. You guys are celebrating in the hall. The world cracks and Mirabal breaks out, and then the fight happens, and that was the end of that book.
Yeah. Pretty much telling about the whole Mirabal thing, miracle, and
okay.
In that sense.
And he so with that book, okay, so he'll think of that one a little differently than the other. So that one he's very surprised and very attentive. So do you tell him all that, or do you pick your way through it?
Trying to pick my way through it. I really don't tell him about the whole world falling apart.
Right.
But I tell him about the whole thing about Nicholas and Lady Sullivan, so he gets the gist of what's going on with that. But at the same time, like Nicholas wasn't like always a bad guy.
And he kind of like, well, well, it was a book, so maybe he just wrote it the way that he wanted it to be.
I don't think so. I think he told the truth in it because it just seemed that way, sir.
You believe him?
Yes, sir.
It seems everyone believes that asshole, and he starts getting angry again.
True enough, sir. But who sits around and writes a book and makes stuff up? What's the point?
Fiction.
I mean,
all the time.
It was about his life.
If you wrote a book about your life, would you not embellish the details a little bit?
Every detail I will put in there, sir, will be the truth. I'm the strongest, the best looking.
And he starts smirking a little bit.
I'm the baddest. The best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be.
Yeah. And he kind of snorts to himself a little bit. You'd make a good Titan beard. Well, by the way, what was your clan's name? Your clan's name?
Yeah, sir. I was gonna ask you about that.
Was it Keg?
Yeah, Kegfinger.
Yeah, Kegfinger.
But there was a problem with this, sir. During my travels, learned about my family history.
And he kind of tells you to take a drink. It's like, family.
Yeah, when he tells me to take a drink, I take it I just.
He's like, finally.
I take kind of a little big swig, just kind of.
Finally, something not so piss me off, and just takes a big drink.
As he's drinking it, catch him right there. As he's drinking it, I give him the whole story about the whole Marcellus thing. I give him that detail, and then I tell him about the whole cake finger thing.
You tell him about the family history. And
and then I tell him about the whole. And, tell him about that. Then I'm like, we might be related. We're Titan beards, and there we go. Bam.
And as you're telling like the Titan beard story of how that your family name is Titan beards and how your not biological father but adopted father married to your mother ruined the Titan beard name and had everyone kicked from the mountain. He's just kind of like looking at you, and the bottle's empty, and just kind of like a drip kind of lands on his beard as he's just staring at you.
And then I begin to take another big swig, like just goes a little more. Oh boy.
Let's go back to the manor. Man, we're getting all that history's coming back around.
Yeah.
Just wow.
Actually, let's take a break right there. We can go for about an hour and a half. We'll take a break after you drop the bomb on Titanbeard, the Light Reaver that
Your
family maybe, and that. But anyway, we'll be right back and see what happens with this. Don't go anywhere. Hey! Oh my goodness. Surprise. Jump scares. We're back. And right before our break, you guys just got back into Pearl Reach and stuff's getting wild. There's a bounty out for Raynor. He doesn't even know why.
No idea.
You guys went to talk to Nathan, and he's trying to piece together the history of the Archmage and why they're after Raynor. They're supposedly moving Lady Sullivan's body. Oseron is telling
His life
Everything.
story.
telling everything to Titanbeard. You can also see the old flaming baby in the sky. And I didn't like.
He hasn't told anyone about that
And
yet.
that it wouldn't actually. I
That's
should
himself.
actually go back to that, revisit that to paint the picture more. It's not like you just kind of see the little thing in the sky. It's kind of like there's the clouds,
Yeah.
around the city, and they're just kind of parted, and you can see like just a piece of it, like an eye that's just kind of sitting over the town.
Okay.
It's pretty huge.
Yeah. I get it.
But yeah, so we'll come back in. You just blew Titanbeard's mind, and let's go back to the manor. You guys that are in the manor are talking to Nathan. Yeah. So
Something else. Do you know about Waxius? Wow. Yeah, well, Waxius. You know who that is?
never heard of him.
Oh, we met a skeleton earlier today who told us that Waxius is the king of the undead or something, and that he has a whole sea. Yeah, a whole giant army to the north of undead. I mean, I hadn't heard of him before. I thought that was rather curious. So,
No, never
lots.
heard of
going
this
on.
Waxius.
Lots
Back
going
off. Shut up, air conditioner.
on.
Here we go. But no, he doesn't seem to know. And he's like, "Oh, that's right." And he kind of like pulls open a drawer and pulls out a letter, a sealed letter, and hands it to you. This came in for Ruby.
Oh, cool. Where is she?
Yeah, where is Ruby?
She was following with us, but then I think she decided to go off on her own. You know what? She's probably gone to find Nicholas too. That's usually
Ruby-
what she does.
Huh?
That's usually what she does.
Ruby rode back with you guys. She was in the back of the cart.
Oh.
She's
very quiet.
Yeah,
She's very
she's just
quiet.
forgettable sometimes, and but she's not in there with you. She'll actually now walk into the manor downstairs, and if you're still talking with Reginald, she'll kind of walk in, and Reginald kind of look at her, and welcome to the. And she kind of like holds her hand out, and he sees the ring. Oh, and he kind of bows down and welcomes her in. Now she doesn't even like really give him a look. She just kind of holds her hand out and just like kind of walks past, starts going up the stairs.
Start following her upstairs.
Yeah, go with her. Okay. But yeah, so Ruby's there now. She made it.
She is.
She's not lost in limbo anymore. We found her. Miss Eve's still outside giving you a big boobful hug.
Yeah.
And Ruby starts walking up, and Miss Eve sees her, and she kind of like gives her kind of like this smile and like nods to her, and like, just kind of turns and like walks and like goes in the other room. She doesn't seem to really want to have anything to do with Ruby right now. So anyway, yeah, Ruby walks in, and then Nathan just greets her. It's not as an emotional greeting as he gives to you. It's kind of like, oh hey, yeah, we know you. How you doing? You're here.
Wow.
You think it's more of fear than it is they don't like her. But anyway, yeah. So she walks in the room. She's greeted. She's there. He handed you a note for her. You have it.
I hand it over.
She kind of holds it in her hand and with her finger kind of flicks it open and shakes it out, and the envelope kind of falls to the ground. And she turns it over. And she just kind of drops it and turns and walks out the door.
Ruby, where are you going?
And she walks. She's walking down the hallway.
Is she going back downstairs?
Mm-hmm. She turns and starts going back downstairs.
I bet if we follow Ruby right now, we would go straight to Nicholas. Just saying. Psh.
Did I see her drop the note?
She just drops all on the ground and just turns around and leaves.
What's the note say?
You pick it up, and it says, in like, lavish writing, "Go home right now, Nicholas." And she's leaving.
Yeah.
Start trolling her.
You can follow for a bit.
Yeah.
She seems to be heading out the north side of town. Just from reading that, you would guess that she is heading towards the vineyard. She's going in that direction. That's the only thing you can think of that's that way. Other than Little Fort, there's the vineyard, and then there's like.
And Summershade's to the south, right?
Yeah.
Let's let her go.
Yep. And she walks. Like, I mean, you guys can like try to talk to her, and she'll like acknowledge you, and she'll speak to you while she's leaving. But she's heading direct. She's not stopping. She's going. People get in her way, and she just kind of shoves them out of the way. She never breaks stride. Just pushes through people like they're not even there. So, and then and you follow her, and Nathan's still sitting there. Well, like that, you can be following her while the rest of the scene's playing out. So, do you have anything else for Nathan, Mary, or Hamo, or Scran?
I think I've asked all I intended to ask. You look well. How's Miss Eve after the kidnapping?
He just kind of shrugs a little bit, you know. Yeah, we're making it.
Yeah. Maybe, with all that's been going on in the city, and all that will be going on, I assume, within the next few days, maybe you should look into moving.
He just kind of huffs.
I know that Pearl Reach has been your home for a really long time, and it was once an incredibly beautiful and vibrant city to live in, but I feel like things are getting worse here rather than better.
Did the note, did you take it with you, or did you leave it behind?
I left it there.
You left it there? Yeah, okay. So the note's still laying on the ground, and Nathan kind of like make motions towards it. What does it say?
I'll pick it up and give it to him.
Yeah, he kind of like holds it and looks at it,
Nosy.
and his face kind of goes white a little bit. He's like, maybe we should leave. Why? And he like starts asking like, why would he tell her to leave? Like, you know, and then he starts trying to do that crazy thing where he's trying to put everything together. He's like, they're moving the body. He's not here himself doing it. You know, and starts like asking like, why? You can see he's got like a little bit of, you can sense obviously he's got a little bit of crazy in him right now.
Yeah, mayting.
And he just kind of like gets up and like starts pulling drawers open, like gathering things and putting on his desk.
All right.
It looks like he's getting the fuck out.
I'll step in. Nathan, calm down.
He kind of like jumps when you see, that's Scran. Hey, hey, we had an offer on the arena. If you're interested in selling it. And he kind of says, do you care if I talk business here right now? I'm kind of, and he starts like pulling more things out. He's like, maybe we should talk about it later. You know, if the city, I don't know, is still here.
Well, do you really think something that drastic would happen here?
And he kind of like stops and looks at you. And he kind of gives you that. Yeah, look.
Listen, what I'm saying is, there's a lot of panic and people in an uproar. Maybe what they need is something to bring them together. You know, make a little money on it as well. You know, obviously.
He's like, you can see that he's staring at you, but you don't get the feeling that he's like really listening. He's just kind of like, it's more like he's just waiting for you to stop talking. But like he doesn't want to be rude and interrupt you.
and I'll go on for about another
Yeah.
3-4 minutes. Just,
He just kind of like listens. He just kind of sits there.
and of course, not really even making eye contact. Just looking up and what do you think?
Hey, I look back down. He's like not even there. he's like over by the bookshelf, like looking through stuff.
well, just what was the offer?
Vanessa, Princess Vanessa, she offered you. And he like kind of goes back to his desk and starts like looking through it. She, there's been ever since they didn't know who to contact because they couldn't find you. Several buyers, but she's the only serious one. He like kind of looks at it for a second. 500,000 gold.
Oh God! And 50% of that, 250,000.
And he kind of like looks like he forgot something. He's like, "What?"
Oh, nothing. Yeah, tell him we'll do it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And he like kind of like pulls out a paper and like starts scribbling down, and like just kind of he like yells. You hear me, Reginald, and the butler comes walking up the stairs, and he like seals a note real quick. Kind of like has a little fire in his hand. He casts a cantrip and burns some wax and gives it off. He like kind of runs into another room. Guy, he's kind of in a panic right now. He's still listening to you guys and doing his best, but he's obviously not all there right now.
All right.
It just seems to get like worse and worse as more information has been given to him.
At that point, I just kind of look at Bill. Do you think something's going down here or elsewhere? I'm assuming Ruby is Nicholas's workhorse, and if she's being asked to leave, it's probably has something going on somewhere else.
Point.
I think at the very, very least, there's going to be social uproar in the city soon, which could lead to something worse. I don't know.
Right.
That's at the very least.
Yes, probably, and probably doesn't look good for my business, and well, I haven't done shit with it really, so might as well sell, really.
Take the money and run. Also, get in sweet with Vanessa while you're there.
Honestly, I think she's spoken for, and I'm not interested anyway. It's a long story, really. Pretty sure she'll be a keg finger either way, I'm sure.
I think the next question is, what are we planning to do? I feel like there's so many different courses of action that we could all be following at the moment. And I'm just speaking out loud in front of Nathan.
Well, he's like in and out of the room. He seems to like not, unless you guys like stop him and talk directly to him, he just seems to not even be paying attention. You're not there to him right now.
Yeah. There's a lot of different things that we could be doing or that we should be investigating. And I'm not so sure which is the most important course of action for us right now. I mean, I think that you should sell as quickly as possible. And perhaps we need to go to the vineyard and see what is happening with Nathan or with Nicholas. See why he wants to move the body. See how he so suddenly became back in cahoots with the king, who is apparently once again gone back in age. And didn't we hear something about a king who never died, a king who was eternally young? Seems an odd correlation. Perhaps that should be looked into. There is a lot. There is a lot that's happening.
Did Coral mention
The anything about the pillars? I don't really recall.
Yes. Yes, he did. He said that the next one would be out to sea, I believe.
Well, personally, there's a lot of things going on in this world, but if we don't save it, I don't know that it matters anyway.
I agree with that sentiment.
But it also may be tougher if there's a bounty on Reno's head and we get constant interruptions.
Yeah, if he has to stay hidden for the next God knows how long, that will make things more difficult. Although perhaps the news of his wantedness hasn't reached the seas.
The wantedness. Everybody wants them.
That's right.
All right. We'll go from back that. We'll go back to Oseram. And as you've told Titanbeard about the story, which he listened to, and he had some questions, but he heard it all, and then you told him. He started to take a drink as you started telling him about the Titanbeard lineage and what you know about it and how you were part of it. And he never really put the bottle down. He just kind of it's just empty. He's just kind of just sitting there as a drop kind of lands into his beard.
So there you have it, sir.
He kind of puts it down. And he's just looking at you like you just like he had this precious little kitten and it just got hit by a car or something. He's just looking at you and you hear behind you the door kind of opens up and one of the paladin that stands outside this door, he interrupts. This is "Hi, Paladin, Titanbeard. I have news." And Titanbeard, it's like the only time you heard him his voice before, but this time he just kind of yells at the guy. He sticks his head down and "Get out!" And blood sprays with his saliva and kind of runs down his beard, and the paladin jumps. "But sir, the emperor!" And Titanbeard just kind of jumps out the chair with a bottle in hand and runs up to them. And as he gets, "The emperor is here." Titanbeard smashes the bottle over his head, and there's a blinding light that follows it as he smites the paladin. And the paladin kind of falls, and you can see the blood from his head pours over his eyes. And Titanbeard grabs him by the armor and drags him out the door. And you kind of hear the armor kind of a clump sound, and then a heavy thud as it seems to have fallen a ways. Right outside the door goes over to the. He just threw the paladin out. Into
He just threw him out.
He just threw him out into the temple, and you can hear people scream and run as this paladin's body hits the ground hard. And several clerics, you can hear them rush into it, and you can hear magic being cast. And Titanbeard kind of comes back in. He wipes the blood from his mouth, and he motions to his office.
Yeah. Yes, I go
He
ahead and go.
starts grabbing more alcohol.
Take me a couple too.
And you go back into his office, and he just kind of slams the door behind him, but it just kind of falls into the ground.
Yeah. Before anything crazy, I guess, about that. One more thing, sir. Since you're in such a good mood.
And he hasn't said a word to you.
Yeah, I start trying to fill up my head. I'm like, okay. One more thing, sir. Yeah, the whole Owen thing. Then just trying to give him tell me what exactly kind of happened, but not really.
So how do you tell him that it happened?
Tell him he's kind of possessed by how do you say the embodiment of miracle, he's a champion for him. But at the same time, tell him that, but tell him about how Owen's not really a bad guy. I'm just and when I say bad guy, I'm he's not terribly terrible, but he does still care. It's just right now I don't understand the situation he's going through. How did he became a?
So what Titanbeard? As you're telling him the story, Titanbeard, he kind of just takes a piece of paper and starts. He has a quill and he puts it to the paper, and the quill kind of snaps in his hands. He opens the drawer and pulls another one out, and he's writing to you as he seems to not be able to talk anymore.
Yeah.
And he like turns the paper around and it reads like it asks. He's asking like details like how did this happen to
Owen.
Owen.
I just try to tell him like I don't know why or for what reason. I just know that it happened, and he's not terribly evil, but I don't like him as much. Still an asshole to me, but he does care enough to save us. And tell him about like one time we got saved by him. Yeah. I don't really tell him how or where. I just tell him that he did save us, so I know that he cares. And you're talking to him like Titanbeard slams his hand on the desk again. The desk you can like see like a kind of a crack in the wood this time. And he puts his hand to his neck and there's like a light glow, and you can see the scar on his neckline fades away. And he's fuck it. Boy, that's better, sir. It's nice voice. It's good to hear you.
And he's not being very quiet. And he's basically like yelling at you. He's asking you, and he's just like, how did this happen? And he never brings his voice down. It's just he's always loud.
I just tell him I don't know, sir, and I tried to explain the whole flaming baby thing to him.
Yeah, he's like angry and like he's like,
who knows,
as you're telling the story, his desk has been flipped over to the wall, and he's like, just stomping it in the corner. And he like tells you to continue telling him.
I try to tell him that, but at the same time, try to tell him like every time I ever seen it or a story was told about it or something, a flashback, whatever, there was always war, and it's over per reach. So you might want to have the men stand at the ready.
Yeah, there's like two behind this desk. There's like two kind of stained glass windows. You can't really see, but he like just punches through one, knocks down, like looks up in the sky. I don't see shit.
I go out there and I look and I see.
Oh, yes, there.
Yeah, and I try to explain it and point to it in a way that he would try to understand it. Yeah,
and he goes over and like looks on the ground, like picks up the golden statue and like taps it and turns on the altar and like tells you to tell him again.
I tell him again.
And he just throws it out the window, crashes the other window. And just to save me save everyone the pain of him just like screaming.
Yeah.
But he actually thanks you. And he kind of like calms down, like starts taking some long drinks. And he's like, thank you. And he still yells, even though he's like, you can tell he's trying to calm down, but it's just like he just yells when he talks. This kind of thing. And he tells you that he's not he needs to come thank your dad for his taking over the Paladins. Like basically tells you that he wouldn't have the opportunity in the mountain, and he's pissed at him, but at the same time he's got a better thing going on. And then as he like flips the table over again and like thrashes some more stuff. What else do you tell him? It's pretty much you just tell him whatever, and he's just gonna throw shit every time you tell him something.
Like tell him about the whole thing, and like you might want to have the men at the ready, since every time I've ever seen this flaming baby thing, there's always seems to be war or something bad about to happen. I don't know to look at it as a bad omen. And with the Emperor coming, I'm like,
and then he like stops, like, what is that shit saying? Like points out to the door where he threw the guy out recently.
He said the Emperor was coming, sir. And I kind of hold my head a little bit just to make sure.
And he like pushes you out of the way and like goes right out the room. There's I feel like that's just the best way to handle that whole scenario of you telling Titanbeard, because it's a lot for him to take in, but he's got a lot of shit going on. So he's an angry fit. He said, fuck the Emperor, tell him not to heal his voice. He's doing it anyway. He's gonna freaking talk. He's pissed off. He's like leaves the room. He's still got alcohol in his hand. He's running out the door. And as he goes out the door, you see him. You just kind of hear like another like kind of heavy armor moving. Do you follow him out?
Yeah.
He just like puts a hand on the railing and just hops over the edge and lands heavily on the ground. Oh yeah, he lands. He lands, and again, people are surprised. And he, if you look over, he kind of lands where this other paladin is still kind of laying dazed. He's been healed and Titanbeard kicks him to the side and begins running out, yelling orders for the paladins to group up outside.
All right, I guess I'll just go join that rally. They said circle, you know.
Good old Titanbeard. He's a hot-headed old dude.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the news is going to get around that the Emperor's coming to town. You can hear, like, whenever the Emperor does anything, people come before him and announce it. So there's, like, you can hear the that the Emperor will be arriving shortly. And then, you know, the town, people start going into panic. Not so much the people, they're, like, kind of like, still the protesters are angry, but like the paladins and the guard themselves start moving around kind of chaotically through the city and pushing people out of the way. You finish up. You have about 12 minutes before your spell runs out, but they fill your bag up with your gold, and then you can actually hear outside like the his heralds and such calling the Emperor's on the way.
Okay. Let's see. Head toward the Hayes Manor.
Head out and head that way. Okay. It'll take
I'll
a few
just
minutes to
note
get there.
that as soon as I broke off from Ruby, I'm going to head toward the, I believe it's west side where the docks are.
Okay, yeah, we'll go with the docks. Okay, yeah, cool. So during the whole scene, him talking to Titanbeard, and then you finish up with that, and then you can head over to the west side of the docks. And you can also hear at this point, as you begin to head that way, that the announcement that the Emperor shall be arriving. You know, they don't really give a time, you know, but he's coming.
Go up to the door. Knock to the Hayes Manor door.
Oh yeah, and yeah, you still got your okay. Yeah, then Reginald opens the door, and he, can I help you?
Ah, yes, good sir. I'm here to speak with Nathan Hayes.
He is not taking any meetings out of schedule currently.
It's very urgent.
I bet I'm sure it is.
Very urgent.
And he starts to close the door.
Put my foot in there.
And he kind of gives you this look like, it's like, it's almost like a stern look of, get your foot out the fucking door. Like he's not messing around with you.
And I give the impression that I'm not messing around either, and I push open the door.
And okay, well, post strength check.
It's not good. 8.
You do not open the door as he holds firm. It almost seems as he has his foot on the other side of the door as you push, and he just kind of looks at you, and then like kind of clears his voice at the two paladins of Mercule that are standing out beside the door beside you, and they kind of like, oh, all right, and they kind of like start pushing you back. As let's come on, let's not.
But you don't understand. I have to warn him about the Emperor.
Well, we hear the Emperor's coming. It's fine.
You don't understand. Let me talk to him.
What do you
I
want?
can't tell you.
I'm sure you can't tell him.
It's
We're
very
not just going to let anybody off the street into the manor, though. You got to understand. And then Reginald has closed the door by now. It's just the two paladins are now talking to you. The two elf paladins.
My good man. I put my hand on their shoulders.
Yeah.
Please take a knee.
Are you just asking to take a knee? All right. And they stand there looking at you.
And I'll tell you a tale.
They kind of like look at each other like, what? And they like, they begin to try to like grab you by both your arms and try to escort you away. As I mean,
guys, I'm outside help.
I mean, I'm just assuming that your disguise self was also like covered up your ring, so people haven't recognized you in town from your haze, and so they haven't recognized your insignia or anything if you haven't dropped the spell, and so they're not letting you in. Excuse me, spit.
Outside the manor?
Yes.
Oh, I'll come
They're
down.
dragging me away. Help.
Oh. Walk downstairs.
Yeah, you're like confused, like well, they're taking him away, and like they come down, and Reginald's like actually walking down the hall back towards the base of the stairs, and he sees you coming down, and he's like, "Oh, sorry, miss. There's a strange man outside the door, and the paladins are taking care of him now. Just please wait until they're finished before exiting.
Bless your heart. That's old Smithy Smith. It's fine. I know him.
Smithy Smith.
I go out and open the door. Smithy
There
Smith!
he
I
is.
look around and they're like,
Hey!
And the paladins just kind of stop and like they kind of let you go a little bit, and you kind of spin around.
I run by them.
They kind of like look back.
Oh, that's Swift Smithy Smith.
And,
Swifty Smithy.
It's-
Smithy Smith.
they kind of playing like confused. Do you want us to throw him out?
No, he's fine.
Okay.
Come on, come on, come
They
on.
look very confused
come
about the fact
on.
that they're like, well, okay, if she says he's fine, then they you go in and Reginald kind of sees, and he's kind of giving you like the stink eye, like what the fuck is this guy doing in here? And yeah, you're in. What are you guys doing?
All right, I am walking to the kitchen table. Good old kitchen table.
All right, so you go to the kitchen table.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, everyone. Everyone. I feel like we need to have a discussion about what our plan of action is, because there is a lot going on right now, and I don't feel like we have a clear idea of what we're doing or where we're going.
I come back over the ring. I won't be able to, because I'm getting ready for formation. Because Tight Beard told me to.
Oh.
I won't be there.
Okay. Anyone else?
I'll be there in an hour.
In an hour. Okay.
All right.
Anyone else?
You trying to have your table meeting?
I mean, I want to know
I'll be
what
standing
everyone's...
beside her anyway.
All right. Well, by this time your spell is worn off. Yeah. But you're inside safely, and Reginald may come in a bit, but he hasn't yet. So let's what you guys? We haven't done anything with you guys. What are you doing right now?
I guess just sitting at the manor waiting.
Just chilling.
Yeah.
Hamo, what are you doing?
Fine.
Yeah, and you're Osran's following the paladins. Okay, yeah, you're with her, and you are heading to the docks. Yeah. By this time, you've gotten there. Okay. What do you want to go?
I'm making my way toward the Crimson Knife.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, for sure. You get to the it's kind of the circular door that's close to the water. It's kind of a pier, and there's like a building, and it has like a kind of a pier above it for whatever reason. It's not really a roof, but just it's just got another pier they multi-purposed as on the roof. Okay. But either way, there are no windows in this place.
Anyone standing outside?
No, there's not.
Go to the door, knock.
There's no answer. But after 3, it cracks a little bit, and you can.
Inside.
There's no light coming from inside, and you open up, and it is vacant. Like nobody's here.
Check the door, see if there's any traps or anything.
You don't see anything. It looks like there's just no one here. It just reacted to your the 3 knocks.
Step inside and look around.
It's dusty. I mean, it's not like nobody's been here for a long time, but it looks like it's been about been a couple of days, close to a week, I guess. I'm trying to remember. It's safe to say, just from looking around, that in light of recent events, that everyone just kind of disbanded for now.
All right, go to the back of the Crimson Knife, and is there a door back there? Did I see a door last time I was there?
Yeah, there's a door back there.
Yeah. Knock.
Yeah. Well, you're just knocking with your hands. You're not using the coin, are you?
No, I don't have a coin.
You don't have the coin. That's right. Well, it doesn't open, but you hear the knock, and no one answers. But looking at the door, there's like a simple lock, and there's a handle.
Check the handle. Lock.
No, it's not.
Open the door.
You open the door. It kind of leads into just a small, kind of like a storage room. There's 3 shelves, like 3, I guess, bookshelves, and they kind of got a different. There's like some bread and other odds and ends, mostly spirits and drinks, cheap drinks.
Okay. Look around, see if there's any paperwork.
There is a kind of a ledger that kind of keeps up with the stock that's in the room. If you kind of like flip through it real quick, nothing really sticks out to you, nothing odd. Is there anything specific you're looking for?
Maybe a name, maybe whoever took over leadership.
Okay.
Any names stand out?
There's a name at the top of who did the stock count last, and Rexford is on the list.
Is this room still stocked? Does it have a lot of things in it?
It does. It looks like it didn't look like anybody packed up anything. It just looked like everyone just left.
Looking at the ledger, do I see anything about poisons?
No, you see just basic tavern
drink.
stuff. Yeah, doesn't seem to be any thief guild business listed here.
All right, yeah, I just leave them.
Yeah, like looking over the place, I'm sure you give it a good look over. There's no like, there's nothing here that would lead.
Office or anything besides the storeroom.
It was not. There's nothing here that would lead anyone that just walked in and looked over the place to anyone aside from the name that you found.
Trapdoors, anything on the floor?
You give it a good look over and you don't see anything.
Okay. All right, close the door, go back to the front door, lock it, and then leave.
Okay, yeah. You go out, and it doesn't seem to be nobody's watching you or anything when you go outside. Or you don't feel like you're being watched, and your 20 passive perception doesn't pick up anybody.
Okay.
Where do you want to head after that?
Guess I'm going back home.
Okay, yeah. You got a name. It wasn't completely nothing there, but yeah, you definitely got the feeling that if there was anything there, they removed it. Let's see.
I don't guess any suspicious people are hanging around outside.
Well, out in the this area, like there's plenty of suspicious people, but none that like look like they're watching you or really even one that you recognize from the time that you visited this place.
I'm gonna walk up to one of the guys. Kind of softly and kind of whisper it.
Is there like before you ask it? Are you going like looking for an elf, or are you going for a human?
Elves.
Elves. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So you find an elf and come up
I'm
to
gonna
him.
find an elf. I'm gonna whisper to him. Perhaps you should. I don't know. Find a safe place. I'm not sure what's gonna happen, but there's something in the air.
He kind of like he just kind of looks at you like strangely. He doesn't seem like he's surprised or weirded out, but just kind of looks over.
Just take my word for it.
And he just kind of nods.
Okay. And head home.
Okay, head back to the hizzy. So yeah. I guess aside from everyone else, you guys are gonna be going back to the manor or be at the manor. Asaran, they're not accounting for you in like the formation or anything with like you're given like what you are within the paladins, but they're definitely like forming up and trying to get everything under control and get the protesters out. They're starting to push the protesters out, and that of course causes more protest. Nothing violent has happened yet, but what do you want to be doing in all this, or do you want to head back to the manor after hearing Mary call for everyone?
I don't want to stay. That's a tough choice.
Well, while you're standing there thinking about it, where are you right now? Just tell me that while you're thinking.
Wherever they're forming up at.
Okay, well they're out there like kind of around where the out in the front of the temple, and then trying to move the people out of the way, push them out, and does 18 hit you?
No.
Does it not?
No.
Okay.
Someone throwing a rock.
Yeah. An angry human with what an arm, but he throws quite a large rock as he yells. Useless fucking paladins aren't doing anything. He throws a rock and it kind of gleams off your armor.
All right. Try to try to. Oh boy. Try to help restrain now. Yeah, I'm gonna try to help restrain.
You
Help the
wanna
paladin
move up?
restrain.
All right.
I got those another rock. That's gonna be his ass.
Like, he's as he did, like he got pushed back into the crowd a little bit, but he's still like yelling. And if you want to go help, give me 3 athletics checks. Yeah, what'd you have, Heath?
Oh, I was just going to note that on the way back to the manor, I'm going to walk nearby the Merkle Temple.
The Merkle Temple?
Yeah.
Okay. There are when you go by the Merkle Temple, it still seems to be. It seems normal here. It doesn't seem like people are in outrage or anything in this area.
Paladins of Merkle standing outside?
Mm-hmm. There are. There's a couple of them around.
They seem calm?
Yeah, everyone's calm. The elves are in the area, and they don't seem to really care about the Sullivan thing that's happening.
Okay. Continue on then.
Yeah, and I would say that the protesters in the middle of town they're all human. There's maybe like a couple of elves, but they are like you would notice this, Alistair, that they are like elves, but they seem to be dressed nicer than your average elf you've seen in town. Mm-hmm. But anyway, yeah. So what'd you get on your saves?
8, 15, and then 7.
You're not doing a very good job of pushing these people back. As they got those another rock. But it again, it hits your armor, but it bounces off harmlessly.
Strike 2.
You're like you said, you're trying to help them, but there's like they're pushing back. They're not trying to push you guys out of the way. They are trying to get everyone away from Lady Sullivan. They're trying to get the Crimson Guard or the Crimson Knights out, and so they're fighting back as they're getting pushed because it's a combined effort at this point. The Paladins and the Crimson Knights are trying to clear everybody out, and so far they haven't been too successful. There's not just a ton of them there, but there's definitely more angry people than there are Paladins right at the moment, and Crimson Knights. So at the Hayes Manor, everybody meets up. Reginald, he'll walk into the kitchen and he'll offer you guys food, but he'll look at you and kind of look confused at you.
Oh, I'll still have my thing pulled up, so you can't really tell that.
He kind of like looks over you.
Reginald, may I have some water?
And he like kind of get his attention as he's preparing to he sees like starting to look before you have to make any rolls, but he's like, oh yeah, of course. And he goes in there and he brings out the pitchers of water and glasses and puts out some bread on the table and leaves you guys as he sees you guys are preparing a meeting.
That thirst you told us about it at the beginning of the session, is it still persistent? Is it still going on?
It is. It's kind of like you're always just kind of thirsty, but you're able to quench it, but then it comes back. But it's not overbearing.
It's about 10 minutes to recharge. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you just kind of your mouth becomes dry, and you're like the idea of like, man, something to drink would be pretty nice.
Possibly it's the water.
Yeah.
And so the water's there.
Yeah. Bill pours a whole glass.
Yeah. Help yourself. You take drink the glass. I'm sure you probably chug the whole thing, and then afterwards the thirst has been touched and quenched by the water.
So, what are we doing?
I assume we need to get out of here before the Emperor gets here.
Yeah, I agree also that we shouldn't stay. But are we going to be leaving by boat, or where are we going?
What do you think is actually safest? Going to find a king?
We don't know anything about the old king.
Yeah, we don't know anything about him. I feel safest for you would be not going anywhere near the Archmage at this stage.
Is she still with him?
I would assume so.
Do I know about, was I there for them telling about Nicholas being the Archmage?
You were downstairs.
I was downstairs. Okay. I don't know.
Wait, Nicholas wasn't appointed Archmage, was he? He was just appointed like second in charge.
The only thing they've said so far is that he is a
advisor. He said advisor.
He's been used as advisor. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
So you guys don't know much more than that.
I assume the Archmage is still with the Emperor. looking at this flyer that I happen to have,
Yeah.
does it say where to take Ray if someone were to find him? Like, I know it says bounty made by the Archmage, but does it say, like, a location? Otherwise, where are people supposed to take him?
So it's kind of general knowledge that you just take him to the authorities, like either the Paladins or the Crimson Knights.
Oh.
Yeah,
I feel like right now we have two main options. One of them would be to set sail, and the other one would be to go to perhaps the vineyard or somewhere else and further investigate why you have a bounty on your head and what's happening with Nicholas moving this Annalise Sullivan's body right now. I'm open to either options, but I feel like we need to actually think about what we're doing because the Emperor's on his way at the moment and we're kind of all balls in the air at the moment. So,
Balls up.
Hymo and Scrime, you haven't said anything in a while. What are your thoughts? I assume you're in the kitchen with us, otherwise I was talking to
Yeah, everybody showed up.
the air.
Except for Nosferon, he's out there getting rocks thrown at him.
He's used to that. Loves it.
No, he doesn't at all.
To be honest, I'm just about fine either way. I already had my mindset on my sea legs,
Yeah, you want to go down the ocean?
but I mean, if we need to investigate other things first, because having Ray wanted is not gonna help us out anyway. If they're spreading the word.
Yeah. I don't feel like this will be a short journey if we do go and visit the Archmage or if we do go and see what Nicholas is planning. I feel like this would be a rather large commitment that we make if we choose to follow this path.
Well, my brother is also a paladin, and you know, he's of rank. I'm assuming if we run into any paladins who are lower rank, he could just tell them to leave and that he's taking him in or something. Paladins shouldn't be an issue.
That's assuming that they actually work by the code, and we know that there are paladins that
There is a 20,000 gold bounty on it. And that could be very convincing.
Yeah.
Well,
I feel like there are a lot of desperate people out there who wouldn't much care for what color armor someone's wearing when it came to a situation like that.
true. It would be true. It'd be bad to have you locked up, and we need you and to do this.
He wanted alive too, so it might not even be that he's wanted to be locked up. She might just want another date, you know? I mean, we don't know why she needs him so desperately.
Yeah, she's a 20,000 gold date. That's probably not in the cards. I'm assuming.
Man, I'm thirsty.
I'm gonna go speak to Nathan for a second.
Okay, so you go upstairs, talk to Nathan for a bit,
Mm-hmm.
and he's yeah, you get up and leave the room.
What is he doing?
I was trying to think we're all.
He hasn't
servant-
jumped out the
If
window
you're, if you're
yet.
trying to still avoid servant man seeing who you are, or Reginald, but anyway, yeah, you can go up there and you find Nathan, and he's still like kind of gathering stuff. He's packing up, like he's getting ready to get out. He's getting ready to leave town. He doesn't seem any interest in the Emperor showing up or anything. He just
And Nathan.
he like jumps. He kind of looks at you as you get your cowl pulled up.
I pull it down
Yeah, he's like,
and walk over to him.
oh, you're okay.
I hope
That's
so.
good. Well, why do they got? You like start to ask you why they have this bounty on your head.
I was wondering if you could help me with that.
And he's kind of like shakes his head. I mean, like the art mage is looking for you. The last time I heard, you rode off with her to Summershade.
Right.
Well, what happened after that?
That's what I want your help with. I was wondering if you had some kind of spell that could help me remember.
Yeah, he kind of like puts his head back and like rubs his eye. I don't think so. He just kind of sits there and thinks for a while. Like I don't. He doesn't give you the answer you're looking for, really. He's like, I can shoot some fireballs and.
Are you doing what I told you to do?
What?
I looked for Miss Eve.
Oh, you look for Miss Eve?
Yeah.
Oh, she's you can see her in the other room. She's like kind of got a confused look on her face as she's in the bedroom, kind of like looking at different dresses to see which one she wants to pack away.
Miss Eve.
And she like looks over there. Huh? What?
Is everything okay?
Oh, hey, yeah, we're leaving, I guess.
Where are you going?
He hasn't told me yet. I don't know. And Nathan kind of speaks up. Oh, we're going to the vineyard. The vineyard's the safest place.
Are you going there because Ruby's going there?
No, I mean, something freaking crazy's going on around here. I don't know what it is. I don't want anything to do with it. I want out.
As long as you keep her safe.
Yeah. So the vineyard's the safest place for sure, no doubt.
Of course, you know about the pillars, right?
The what?
You know nothing of them.
I mean, I got some. He like kind of points to his bed. I got plenty of pillars in here.
Okay.
That one's pretty. That one's really comfy. I like that one. That's my favorite. That's mine.
Long
Pack that one away.
Yeah, that's pillar. Yes. There are pillars like that in the world.
Oh yeah, of course there are.
They're falling apart, and we need to restore them.
There you go. Okay. He kind of like looks like he's confused. That's a good pillow though.
We're saving the world
Oh, damn.
instead of running away.
One nap at a time, I hope.
Absolutely.
It seems to not follow exactly what you're saying very well.
Right. I'm not trying to tell him everything.
Yeah.
What do you think we should do?
And he kind of like seems like calm down, and like really be thinking for a bit instead of just kind of sporadic craziness. Well, the Emperor's coming to town. The Archmage will probably be with him, so you don't need to be around for that. Nicholas could be with him. Maybe talking to him could get some answers. Maybe talking to the Emperor could get some answers. We don't have an audience with him or anything, but Vanessa offered to buy the arena back, so maybe you can use that to get more information. Not you, though, not you. That's too dangerous. Or maybe we should just all leave. That'd be the easiest thing to do.
I don't know if running away is the answer, because that bounty will still always be out there on me, and that would put everyone else in danger.
Fake your death, maybe.
Could have another dragon show up and take care of me again, right?
He's like, so you can like, as you say dragon, you can like see like he's thinking real hard again. Dragon. Nobody's seen that dragon since that night. I wonder where it went. I wonder where it's been. He like starts kind of like scribbling on his paper a little bit. Dragon. What's the dragon at? Why does the dragon matter? Why did the dragon show up? He's a dragon. And he just kind of gets lost in thought. He's sitting there.
Just take care of yourself, and mainly her.
And he kind of like mumbles to himself as you'd say that and keeps writing. And there is a knock downstairs at the door, the manor. And Reginald answers the door. You guys can hear down the hallway, and voice of a younger man. By royal decree, this letter is for the household. Emperor. And
You should really work on that.
yeah, they kind of shut the door. It's kind of muffled through like since you guys aren't by the front door of the
Yeah,
house.
Belle goes over and has a look.
Yeah,
I go upstairs to my room.
yeah, you go as you walk in. Like Reginald's closing the door, and he has like a kind of an envelope in his hand. You can see like a gold seal on it, and he begins going upstairs to Nathan.
Well, okay.
Reginald. I'm also one of the family members of the manor. Thank you.
And he kind of looks at you. Well, this is for the lord of the manor.
He's a bit busy right now, and I'm like second in charge. So
That'd be Miss Eve, I believe.
Reginald. Miss Eve hasn't even actually married into the family yet. I'm so sorry.
And he kind of like, oh, you haven't heard? They did get married just a few days ago.
Goodness.
After the tragedy, they made it official soon after.
Oh, that's very interesting. Anyway.
And he starts walking back upstairs.
Give me the freaking letter, man. No. Don't bother him, please. And I will very charismatically.
Very charismatically, yes. This is as you can see, like it has the seal of the emperor on it.
And I am pretty much
That's pretty
the head of the household.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, 28.
All right, let's see. And so, what did your role involve? Did you just tell him to give you the letter and you charismatically wanted it, or?
Yeah.
Trying to persuade.
So
him,
was that
I
a
guess.
persuasion check?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I'll do persuasion. Well, my persuasion is 14, and I rolled an 18.
Mm-hmm.
So, 28,
Yeah.
29,
And he kind of
30,
stops and
31,
looks at you,
32.
and he kind of like looks at the letter. He's like, "But you're. This is my first time meeting you, and this is."
Perhaps she.
And
should
this is
break the
my
news
first
to him.
time meeting you also, and yet I've lived in this house for many a year. It would almost seem like you're not trusting me when I should be the one not trusting you.
And he kind of looks at the letter. And he, like, it looks like you, your role is a success, but still he's like, why would I give this to you?
Because I am Beltone Hayes of the House of Hayes.
You are the niece of... He like turns and starts walking back up the stairs again.
Don't hear him coming.
Yeah, you hear him
Oh,
coming.
okay. I'm gonna.
You made a very, very, very convincing thing, but he's like, this is... do you have any better, like... All right, reword it one more time. Do you have any good reason why he should give a letter to the person that actually owns the manor and is one of the leaders of the city? And what's your reason? I mean, you made a good persuasion roll, but you just need to like give me something that would make sense for him to give it to you instead of like, I live here, and he's like, here you go.
Because Nathan is busy, and his job as the butler would be to deliver mail to the people who live in the house.
Mm-hmm.
And I've lived here since I was a child, and I am Beltone Hayes, and all of a sudden he's not trusting me.
No, it's not that he doesn't trust you. It's just the obvious intended. It's like mail that goes to someone else's house, and you like here you go. It's a royal decree kind of thing. It's like a big deal he has in his hand. This is probably the most important piece of mail he's ever held in his entire life.
All right, Reginald, you go forth. I will remember this.
And he kind of like shrugs and turns and walks away.
That's perfectly fine.
Because he owes you no allegiance. Anyway, he goes up there and delivers this mail to he walks in, hands it to Nathan, and Nathan opens it up and reads it. Do you guys follow up there to Nathan to see?
Yeah, I'm following him. I'm right on his heels.
Yeah, you like look over his shoulder and read it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's a royal summons to dinner tonight at the Vanessa's Manor. in the presence of his not a good word for him.
The Magnificent.
His big dickness. It's with the Emperor. Again.
Is it addressed to the Hayes family or just to Nathan specifically?
You want to look at the front of the paper?
Yeah.
It's not addressed to anyone. It just says Hayes.
Oh, how peculiar. My last name is Hayes.
And he's like, kind of looks at the rest of the people in the room. They kind of like, isn't everyone's name in here Hayes somewhat?
Not you. Thank you for delivering the mail. Goodbye.
And he stands there. And then Nathan says, "You're excused, Reginald," and he turns and leaves.
Rude ass butler. Jesus.
It's... Ayo would understand more. You don't know why Reginald is here. Reginald owes his allegiance to one person. And he doesn't give two shits about anybody else, really. Oh, me. Oh, should give me like a convincing story or something. He would have handled that over to you, but like, I'm Hayes. I live here. It's like, he's not giving that shit to you. I rolled a 30. Okay, well, he believes that you lived here. He's not giving it to you. But I will deliver it to him. Okay, here you go. That would be something. Anyway, so yeah, that just came up, and Nathan just kind of tosses it to the side and goes back to like writing down stuff about dragons. Doesn't seem to even blink about it. What do you guys want to do?
Okay. While I'm in my room, I'm digging through the dresser drawers, and I pull out a bound black notebook.
Okay.
And I unbind it, and I take the flower that I got from the Hayes Vineyard, put it in there, and press it, and bind it back.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Anybody else want to do anything specifically? Mary, do you want to go have a word with Reginald?
No.
Give him a piece of your mind?
He'll be dead soon. It's alright. Everyone in the city's gonna be.
He didn't do what you wanted to do, so now he's gonna die.
Just out of like everything, every time.
Could have saved him.
Everyone that's a servant, they'll just like, "Yo, it's me," and the servant's like, "No, forget you," and then they fight.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like
Butler.
I kind of got different ways to like pick at different characters, and like servant's not doing what Mary wants him to do. It's like one of her big things.
Stupid. It's fine.
You finna have beef with this man?
He's just doing his job, Mary. He's got a family to look after. He ain't got time for these games.
Anyway, I put the journal in my pack.
Okay.
And I guess I look for everybody else. I guess they're all in Nathan's room.
I guess so.
I'm downstairs chilling.
Yeah, you guys. Yeah, everybody else is kind of whatever. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go downstairs then.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what do you guys want to do? You're still out there. Make 3 more athletics checks, by the way.
I'm gonna sit across from Stride.
Okay. What is everybody doing?
Oh, 14, 15, 18.
Okay, yeah. Through all your combined efforts, you guys are able to clear out the crowd a little bit, get them to back up at least, and clear out the town square. You guys kind of got them. You kind of like push everybody down separate alleys, and it's a little easier to. Now that they're separated from each other, they start to kind of dissipate a little bit.
Yeah.
Like they're still angry, but now that they're not this huge mob, and you guys have separated them, they kind of lose steam.
Yeah.
And in the distance, like I'll say in the distance, but like down the main road, you can see that there are more Crimson Knights are beginning to come in, and they begin to line the side of the streets, which is a pretty good indication that it's about party time.
Trying to go in the temple, or trying to go down to a tomb?
It's still closed. It's still locked up.
Okay.
It's not open, but you can. I mean, it's not. Do you want to try to go down there?
Yeah, I'll try. I'm gonna try to go down.
Okay, all right. You can. There are. Let's see. Paladins are. No. Let's see. Let me think. How it's going to be. All right. So the knights are kind of the ones that are there now. They've kind of taken over the area, you know. But the paladins, they help push people back. So paladins are still around. Some of the knights are around. There's 2 knights. They're standing outside the like. There's always 2 people standing guard. There's 2 knights that are positioned right there beside it, looking them over there. 2 humans. They look younger, and they're there. And it's everyone's kind of still kind of getting organized and rushing around. It's not very crowded anymore now that they've kind of pushed everyone, all the public, out of the area. They've kind of vacated the whole area, really, and they're doing a pretty good job at it.
All right.
So yeah, you got these 2 guards sitting there, and then other people kind of run around. You can hear Titanbeard in the distance yelling.
All right.
And you can see Alistair in the distance kind of trot by on his horse, giving commands as well.
I give try to ask him. Boy, I just is there any way I can go down into the tomb?
Who are you asking?
Is one of the guards is standing by right there?
They kind of like look at you and like kind of look at each other. I mean, no one's allowed in the tomb. They kind of stutter it out when they say it.
Yeah, and I get a little bit deeper in my voice.
Yeah.
These are humans.
Yeah.
Look, one more time, human. I want to go down there. Last time I'm asking.
All right, make a
Intimidation.
give me that intimidation check.
Oh man, God, no.
11. They look nervous, but they don't seem to be backing down. And, only the high paladin is the only one, and they kind of like stutter off as they're looking. They're like seem like they're trying to remember a name, but you've made them nervous.
Oh, they don't remember my name. They don't remember my name. I hit both of them. Yeah, just punch both of them. Hit them both.
you gonna attack them?
Yeah, I'm gonna punch them both in the good.
Roll. Well, you can go for the first one and roll to hit.
All right. Where's me? Oh man, that's a no. It was an idea. 11. No, God, no, 13.
13. Well, they are wearing plate, so you don't hit him, but you do like surprise him, and he kind of goes a little bit. You don't do any damage, but you definitely like.
I ain't trying to like hurt him.
Knock the air at him a bit, and he's just kind of like whoa, whoa, and he like pushes you back, and the other one kind of comes up and like starts to draw a sword, and whoa, and they what are you doing?
I'm gonna get in one way or another, either the easy way or the hard.
No, it's not. It's not allowed.
I hit this guy.
Yeah. All right, roll to hit.
12.
All right. Again, I mean, like you go in to hit him, but you're not with your fists. You're not really getting far. And they're both going to draw their swords. Do you wish to roll initiative?
Oh my God! I'm not even trying to like fight them.
Well, it's you're just kind of. They're just not letting you in, but they did tell you that like high enough clearance you can get in.
Yeah. Yeah, I pull out my sword. Yep.
Yep.
It's ice cold and then cold as ice and pull it out. Let's go again. It's like
all right, make one more intimidation check when you do that.
yeah. Oh man, this is just not my night. 12. Can't roll anything.
They kind of stop. They look scared, and they're looking around, and they're not moving to attack you. I mean, you can still roll initiative if you want to attack them, but like they're one of them starts like to call for help, like
Shut up! I said, just let me in. Easy enough. I'm in and I'm out. That's all I'm trying to do.
Why? What reason do you have here, Paladin? The Emperor is on his way. He's almost here.
Because I don't give a damn about
to take this body, and you're gonna go in. It'll be our heads.
Well, leave then. Leave the post. I'll take responsibility if he comes.
You're not. You have nothing to do with our outfit. It's a paladin taking responsibility for us. It means nothing.
Boy. I really don't want to.
And in the distance, you can hear Titanbeard yelling. He's not very far away.
Yeah. And then I said, "You hear that guy right over there? He said I could. You want me to go get him or bring him over here?"
And they kind of like look at each other.
I start walking that way. I'm like, fine, I go get him. I start doing one of those back of the motions, like, fine, I'll just go get him.
And they stand their ground, and they're like, okay, yeah, if yeah, okay, yeah, go get him. And they kind of like, gotta kind of wipe some sweat from their brow under their helmet a little bit.
I just tell him you might want to put your helmet on. I'm betting though.
Okay.
All right.
So you're gonna go get Titan beard, right?
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else doing anything else right now? What where I have the world set. You guys can do whatever you want in it. You just gotta tell me what you want to do.
I'm gonna talk to Scrine for a second.
Yeah.
So, how you feeling?
I don't know. I don't care for this place much.
Neither do I.
And then with Nicholas and the Emperor, and I don't know. There's a lot going on. The quicker we leave, the better I feel.
I'm with you on that, but we don't really. We have several directions we can go. Should we stay here and try to have dinner with the Emperor? Should we just leave and go to the vineyard? Or go to this place in the middle of the sea?
Really, it's a tough call.
I gotta say, from just watching you guys, I've like thrown just a bunch of shit at you right now, and it's just like, what do we do? But yeah,
Good.
There's
I like multiple paths.
yeah, I'll definitely need to like kind of try to figure out what direction you guys want to head, so I'll know how to prepare appropriately.
Any idea where Zirini went? How was she when you last saw her? Pissed, yeah.
Yes, and still very determined. Oath-bound, almost. It really reminded me a lot of Oseron. Kind of angered me just a little bit, but it's just like Oseron, really.
Yeah, I can see where that's frustrating.
I don't know. I'm assuming she was with the Emperor, to be honest. And now I'm kind of thinking maybe she's coming with him. Which makes me nervous and also wanting to leave and stay at the same time. I really don't know. What do you think we should do?
Honestly, that's why I'm talking to you. About Zirini and the bounty that's on her head. The ones that murdered, what's his name, Torbeard?
Torbald.
Torbald.
Oh, Torball, yeah.
The ones that murdered him, they seem to be ahead of the assassins. And they govern the contracts. So she might be in danger. They seem to be very capable.
Indeed. Even
Wow.
in a time loop, they still hit their target.
Well, as we were leaving, only saw one. I don't know if they all survived, but I know one did. I don't know if he'll be angry or what. He seemed to be upset that someone of elvish descent was leading elves.
Well, it's probably not very common, for sure. I don't. This group of assassins, though, was. It's just hard for me to really wrap my finger around it, with Nicholas kind of originally at the head of this thing. I always thought better of him,
We do know that once upon a time, Nicholas was a good man, but he seemed to have been corrupted. And he helped form this group of assassins, these elves. And Haimo, if I remember correctly, he was with them. But I don't think he knows much more about him.
It seems as if at some point all things become corrupt. I don't know.
I guess this world does seem to do that to people.
You know, once we get a break from all this, we should go get a drink.
I would like that.
As you guys are talking, there's another knock at the door. Mary, where are you at right now?
I guess I'm still up with in Nathan's study.
You hear a tap at the window.
I go and look.
There's a little bird. Looks like it's a little bird, and it seems to kind of have a little piece of paper, like kind of tied around its neck, like a little string.
Yeah.
Yep.
I open the window.
Yeah, and it's
hold
there.
up my hand,
Yeah,
like Cinderella.
kind of hops in your hand. Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
Hello, little bird.
Yep. You have your ring on, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And hello. It just kind of hops on your hand a little bit.
Is the note for me?
Hello. No.
Okay, I take the note off.
Yeah. And it's like, thank you, come again, and flies away.
I unroll the tiny scroll.
You unroll a tiny scroll.
Say.
It's from Coral.
Coral.
And it's in common, but it's very like it's kind of hard to read.
Broken.
But it kind of gives you a simplify it. It kind of gives you an area of where what you guys asked him to look into of the Undying King, and it gives you kind of directions to the north, and then just kind of a lay of around some areas, and then mentions a ruins of a castle and a graveyard.
Okay. I'll put that in my pocket.
Yeah. And Reginald answers the front door, and he comes into Scran. Where you at?
Just downstairs.
No, you're just downstairs.
Yeah.
Well, he'll find you, and he introduces there's three men that are there, and they're dressed in fine robes, and they have papers in their hand and kind of a bag of gold, and they are here to discuss the terms and signing of contracts to still sell your arena. And they brought the down payment.
And well, I guess they've already kind of summed that up. I guess they've kind of already addressed why they were here.
Oh yeah, it's
So
like
introductions are
like
done.
I can go through and really drag it out, but you know, it's just that's what they're here to do. Like Nathan had sent off the letter, like agreement, and they have come to pretty much do the deal. Yeah, and they are representatives of Lady Vanessa Godfrey.
Okay. All right. None of them look familiar.
No, you never seen any of them. They look pretty like snooty. Like you just get the feeling of these are just some crude ass business dudes.
Cool.
And
I'll lean back in the chair I'm sitting in, and I'll just kind of raise my arms up.
Yeah.
Well, let's have it.
They kind of like start rolling out different papers, and they start like going over the like oh well, we're here to discuss the the sale and the handing over of the title and of the arena that was appointed to you by King Emperor Godfrey. Excuse me. And he kind of got this shaky old voice, and they start like they roll the contract out. Well, if you'll just sign here, here, and here, and they start pointing to places.
And how much was this exactly?
500,000.
And the down payment is what?
We have 20,000 here.
And we'll receive the rest when?
Well, it says right here in section 5A, you will receive this payment monthly until all pay is due, as 500,000 gold on such short notice is a bit much even for her esteemed majesty.
It's a nice price. It sounds all right. Sounds good.
No?
And I'll just I'll give him my signature there.
Yeah, and like they kind of like
Giant S.
they kind of like one of them just kind of like looks at you and he's like he starts actually explaining the contract and it gets really boring. It just comes down to basically like you're giving up the arena in like every possible different legal way that you could try to get out of it. They like cover.
Okay.
So they're like it's pretty much they're locking it down.
All right. And after he explains for a long time, it's kind of, please, for the love of Helm, are you done?
I figured you'd like to know what you're signing.
Just-
Well, here. They start
Will you
like
hand me the gold, please?
Yeah.
Jesus, you are the worst businessman, I swear. Where do they find these people? I don't understand. I will be having a discussion with Vanessa about the people she appoints.
yeah, and they there's like this large sack you got that you assumed was the gold. They like kind of start like pulling out more pieces of paper from the sign, and yeah, you go through signing them all, and they one of them gets up as you're signing and goes outside, and then comes back in with there's a soldier that's carrying like a chest, and he puts it on the counter or the table and opens it up, and it's full of gold.
Okay. All right. And just to let everyone know that it's literally the S takes up at least half of the page.
Yeah, she's put like a big S on
and
every
then a
page.
very tiny S.
It's like S. Yeah. Yeah, they give you the gold. They give you 20,000 gold right here on the spot.
Sweet.
Okay. Completely bored by the bureaucracy, I go and find Belle.
Yeah, and Belle, you have your little note up there. You just, I mean, well, it's going to take him a bit. Like,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I say it's going to take him a bit, but you probably got bored pretty fast. These guys are
Yeah.
pretty quick talkers. But anyway, that takes like 10 minutes to get done with
Yeah,
that. So yeah, you go up to Belle.
Hey, Belle, how you doing?
I'm confused, really. I just got information about the Undying King, though, so that's another thing that we could be doing.
Really? How?
From a bird, a little bird told me.
Oh,
Laugh
that's
at
right.
my
You can talk to
intro.
birds now.
Yeah, so I have this
What did
note
the bird
of
say to you?
information. It was a very in-depth conversation. One which we don't have time to relay right now,
It's
but
really dramatic. I
it was.
understand. Yeah.
yeah, he was a real talker. But I have a general idea of where the Undying King is. So I'll pass him the note.
I'll look it over.
Yeah, and it
To
does.
the north.
Yeah, it kind of gives you like just using that and then looking at a map, you'll be able to figure out where it is.
Okay.
I really don't know where we are supposed to be going next or what is.
Yeah.
There's so much happening in the world right now.
It seems we have a lot of directions to go in.
We do.
And then you guys are still trying to figure out what you're going to do. Alceron, you can quickly find old Titanbeard. He's like kind of just yelling orders out and kind of sees you coming and like just kind of shakes his head like, oh, what does this guy want again?
Titanbeard. There were two paladins,
No, there's two knights.
two knights, yeah. That were kind of out of uniform over there by the door. It looks like they're out of uniform and not doing right. Too lazy, looking scary. Yeah, them way I pointed in the general direction where they at. Two knights. Yeah, with the emperor coming, don't you want everybody to be in uniform and have to go and ready? And these two guys, man, their personal maintenance check is terrible.
And he kind of sits there and looks at you while you're telling him this. From everything you've told him, he's just like, so you want to go down there? Come on! And he starts walking that way.
All right.
Like in a gruff, he's got like, he has just like his great hammer in his hand. He's walking.
Yep.
And he starts heading directly towards them. And you can see both their faces. They kind of look, and they one of them gets the keys out and like starts fumbling and like opens it up shakily, and he's having some trouble getting it open. Oh yeah, he's having a lot of trouble getting it open. And Titanbeard gets there and stands there, and you kind of hear like the smack of his hammer on his hand as he's waiting. And finally, you hear the click of the door, and the gate opens up. Like it's pretty large. The two gates open up, and he let's see, what does he do? He's pretty angry. He doesn't do anything. Okay, he doesn't smack this guy out of the way.
Yeah.
And he Yeah. So it's this statue. It's got Lady Sullivan above it. She's got a book in her hand. And she's in a cloak. You can kind of see like it's
Yeah.
an old statue. It doesn't have like a lot of features, so you can't
Yeah.
look and like recognize her. But then it's kind of a square above the ground and two large gates, and they open up and it leads downstairs. You can see torches on the walls. It goes down. And Titanbeard steps in, starts going down.
Right before I do, I stick my head back at the door.
Hmm.
I guess you're gonna listen next time, huh? Then I just kind of
They just kind of like look away, like you can like see like sweat running down their face.
just tap them both on the chest, you know. All right, I guess we learned a lesson today. And then I hurry up and try to catch Titanbeard.
Yeah, and it goes down like the roof and the stairs kind of go down together. It's kind of smooth, so it's like if you're looking from. If you can get up there to look from the gate, you can see down, but you can't see anything. You can just kind of see the floor open up behind it, and you can kind of see a blue light coming from the room.
Okay.
You go down, and it opens up. It's not a large room down here, but it's the ceiling is kind of high. You go down probably about 20 feet, and then the ceiling seems to go up about 20 feet itself.
Yeah.
So like you would guess that the grass that's above this place is just right on the other side, and like a very thin layer of dirt and then stone.
Okay.
But inside this room, there is a tomb. It just lays in front of you, and there's torches on each side of it. Steps that lead up to the tomb. Like I said, a large square room. The blue light comes from. There are these. They seem kind of like depictions of what we know as like angels, like winged creatures, kind of holding out these blue burning torches. And behind the tomb, there's a very large statue that goes up to the ceiling of it's a figure of a man, and he has you can see long hair and a beard and these large shoulder plates and like a swooping cloak behind him. It's pretty much a depiction of the first emperor, and he has both of his hands together. And he's much larger, but in his hands are like above his hands, kind of floating up towards the roof. Actually, he's kind of kneeled down. Sorry, he's kneeled down, and then kind of floating towards the middle of the room in front of his face is a golden spear, and it is the spear that the first emperor used. It was right there. Just floats there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. Yeah. Just sitting there,
That's just there. It's right there, and looking at it, you can see like a glow, like I wouldn't say a warm glow, but you can feel like electricity in the air down here, like your hair on your arms stands up slightly.
I turn to Titanbeard. So I'm trying to see why they're trying to come and take Lady Sullivan. And about that spear, it's just there.
He kind of like looks over to it. Touch it. And he kind of like, you see like a little smirk in the corner of his mouth as he says that.
Fine, you gonna bitch in my blood. So I reach over, I look at it.
Yeah, it's you're gonna have to jump up to actually get to it. It's like there's a large statue. Like he's kneeled down. You can see it looks like the old emperor. He's got his hands like this in front of him, but the spear's actually above it. It's probably like the hands themselves are like 10 feet off the ground. So like it's a big statue.
Yeah,
But
so
you
I
can
put
see
on
it
these
floating.
dwarf hands.
Yeah, you put on the dwarf hands.
Yeah, I
You
do.
float up 5 feet.
Yeah.
All right.
Can I jump out in the air?
Or
does it make
I think
sense?
you just kind of move.
I just go up and down.
I don't think you can actually jump while you have them on.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Can you? Let's see. I don't imagine you can. I think they just
that
float.
doesn't make sense to me,
Yeah.
but in a way it does. But it's funny. But
I don't think you can. But anyway, yeah, you can float up. But I mean,
Okay.
even like
okay, I want to float up.
I should explain it this way. As you get closer to it, you can feel like this shocking feeling get kind of stronger to the point to where like your armor touching your skin kind of gives you that shock of like static. And you're like just past her where she's buried. You're like just on the other side of that. So it's still like, up a little bit, but it's shocking. The room kind of hums with its power.
Oh boy. Okay. While I'm like there, I'm gonna start trying to climb.
Yeah.
As I try to climb up, yes,
Alright.
because that you can do. I can.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
climb.
yeah,
Like,
that
you know,
makes
like
Yeah, I climb a
just
little
give me
closer.
give me one athletics check as you climbing.
17.
All right, yeah, you can climb up there.
Yeah.
And again, like you can, your hair, your beard is starting to like split out, and like your how do you wear your hair?
It's just loose.
It's just loose. Well, it's starting to furrow out.
Oh man, I kind of like this.
Yeah. Like the closer you get to this, the more obvious that this thing is hot.
Look at it, like,
It is electrified.
I turn back to type beard, so just touch it, right?
And he's like kind of looking at you like he's just like watching like, yeah.
Yeah, then he's nah, I'm gonna just remember another time, another day. I'm just gonna start to slide back down and float on down and like.
And he kind of like wipes his like he kind of like wipes the drool from the corner of his mouth and just like watching like he just can't wait to see you touch this thing. He's like, and he walks up to the front of the tomb and kind of like looks at the there's this writing, you know, and it's like, and he reads it out loud. Here lies Lady Sullivan, who belonged wholly, body and soul, to Helm, and gave her life for her people so that we may thrive, and so on and so on. But the part that really sticks out to your head is that the part where he reads that she completely belongs to Helm, and you kind of have like a flash of the jealousy between Nathan and Helm in the flashback episodes.
Yeah. I'm trying to understand type here why. I mean, obviously Nicholas is on his way to get this, but along with the Emperor, but why does he want her? I don't see what is in this room. Besides the sphere.
Yeah, which is definitely the thing that's got your attention the most.
Yeah.
But,
other than that, though, I don't see why they would have to move. It's been here for years. I mean, the first Emperor, right here, look.
mm-hmm.
So why move it now?
And Tightbeard, well, the first Emperor, he had this built, placed the spear there himself. No one's been able to touch it since, so there's no reason to guard it.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, why, unless he's here for this, maybe he just wants Lady Sullivan's body. He just kind of shrugs. From what you told me, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't. Can I search around the room, try to find anything? Just
It's a pretty bare room. Like there's not even really any dust in here. It just seems like the room is just. You can almost get the feeling like this whole place is just kind of in stasis for some reason. Like it's like there's no like the stone still looks like it was just carved yesterday to you. Like the stonework looks like it's you know, like there's kind of like there's like a wear, even just time. Like even people coming in like cleaning the place. You don't see like dust or anything. It's just clean.
it just doesn't make sense. There's no reason to move her.
And just like the air itself in stonework, like this, like it changes a little bit, but it literally looks like it was just carved. But anyway, you can't find anything else other than the words that are written there, the big statue of the first emperor, and this floaty spear that's giving off a hell of a lot of energy.
Timebeard, just out of curiosity, what happened to the last guy that touched that spear?
He's fine. But
What?
he's like just kind of like smirking to himself. He's like remembering the story. I may have, lost his fingers and his toes. And no, I wasn't gonna let you touch it. Oh, you can handle it, right? Titan beard. He kind of gives you a slap on the back. And he kind of tells you the story about this, like a young cadet, and he came down here, and they were just kind of like that. He was of noble blood, and he wanted to see it, so they let him see it, and he wanted to touch it, and he did, and like his fingernails and everything exploded to the point to where there were nothing but nubs left, and they healed him back, but still, they were able to heal him through medical means, but
All right.
oh, and his eyeballs exploded. We forgot.
I forgot the detail.
Okay, you know what? Titan beard, yeah, you're right. I'm one of you. Probably better than you anyway, light reader, whatever.
Yeah, and you can hear in the distance now that someone has arrived. The Emperor is here.
Damn it.
Yeah.
All right.
And it's like a trumpet sound as the Emperor arrives. He's always a big showboat, so it's just like last time he came here. It's like he's here, and if you like, Titanbeard turns to leave and walk back up the stairs. You follow him?
Yeah.
Walk back up and you can see in the distance, like above the buildings, you can see the red, white, and blue flowers sprinkling down as he comes in. Oh, Matt went outside. It's important for him. Oh well.
I'll talk to Belle a little bit.
Yep. I mean, you guys. I'd say you guys also hear it too. Do you guys go out to see, or do you guys just stay where you are?
I will look out the window, but I'm not going to leave the house.
Okay.
I'll stand next to her.
Okay. Cool.
So, Belle, I honestly do think going out to sea is dangerous. Too dangerous for us right now.
It could be.
We could be attacked out there. We could drown.
Yeah.
We don't honestly know what we're looking for out there. We know the location of this world. But what's going to be there? How do we find this pillar once we're there?
We didn't really know what was going to be in the forest, and we went and fought and conquered there.
I mean, whatever everyone decides, I'll go. But I do think heading north is where we should be. It'd be safer for us to do it. But
Safer to kill the undying king.
nah, no one can live forever.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there is a safe path for any of us.
Hey, I don't think saving the world is going to be easy
No,
nor safe.
but it is pretty fun
It's fun.
most of the time.
It can be fun. I'm just glad I'm here, safe with you guys.
I'm glad you're here too.
Aww.
Gosh, I'm thirsty.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
sure.
weird.
What is
so
yeah,
weird.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's kind of weird. I've been thirsty all day.
Oh,
Ever since we got close to the city.
yeah.
Have you?
Yeah, I have too.
does anybody else want to go out and see the Emperor show up other than Asuran?
I'll watch the big arrival.
The
You wanna go out and see?
celebration. Yeah.
All right. What about you, Hama? What do you want to do? No?
Chilling.
Chilling? All right. And you guys are chilling as well? Belle?
I'm looking out from like the front of
yeah,
the
see
house.
what
out
we
through
can
the
see
window.
outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I'm not stepping onto the porch or
You guys
anything.
go over to the second floor. You guys can probably see
A little bit
kind of
better.
what's going on out
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not close enough to where it's just like, oh yeah, we can see everything, but
Yeah.
you'll be able to see the distance. So Asuran, you're out there.
Mm-hmm.
The large golden steps being carried by 100 humans and elves rides into town.
Yep.
Raynor, do you want to watch the Emperor show up in town?
Absolutely.
You want to show? Okay.
No, I do not.
You don't want to. You don't want to see? All right.
No, I'm gonna stay indoors.
Okay, so yeah, so similar to the same thing that happened last time. You can see the petals are falling from the sky. They just seem to appear from nowhere. He's arriving from the same part of town. The streets are lined with soldiers and paladins. Last time they had people in the streets that were celebrating, but you can as he's entered, you can hear the roar of the protesters are sparking up again, but they're being held back. And as he gets closer, you can see that on top of this huge throne they carry around, a much younger man sits there. He has kind of brown, long hair and a brown beard, and he's wearing the large golden shoulders with the white robes and cape. To his right, you can see standing the Archmage, and then to his left, you can see sitting down on the stairs, wearing red robes, and you can see a black choker, and then even 2 black strips around his hands. Nicholas is sitting there, riding to the left of the Emperor. And he just seems to be no emotion on his face. Just kind of seems to be lost in thought. He's kind of the steps of the people that they all seem to walk in unison. It kind of tips a little bit. The princes are not riding this time. And again, he's surrounded by soldiers, and this time Titanbeard did not ride in with him. And there seems to not be so much ceremony this time. Just he's just showing up. Yeah. And they pull up to the front of the tomb where you and Titanbeard are still standing. And they all kneel down, and one of the servants come up and they bring 2 more steps, and they kind of place it in front of him. And the Emperor kind of stands up and he's looking down. He has a big grin on his face. And Nicholas kind of looks up and looks down at you. And I guess we can pause right there. The Emperor has arrived. Nicholas is there. The Archmage is there.
Yay.
They're there for Lady Sullivan. There's too many things to do. Well, now that we got you guys at a big crossroads, you can choose whatever you want to do. Next episode should be fun. Alrighty. Thank you guys very much for watching. We'll see you guys next time. If you got any fan art or anything you want to send to us, #CruiserPlus on Twitter. We'll see it. We'll feature it in the next episode. See you later, guys. Bye.
Bye.